gang violence and other kind of violence.
Get away! I could be at work, at school, in my car, and I can still get shot by the police. But I can get shot anywhere.
So it is what it is.
Yo, what's good, BGZM News 17 family? I'm at the corner of Jesse Jackson and Marcus Garvey, and I got some bad news for you. As you can see, I lost my job. I'm out here living in cardboard boxes outside of boarded up vacant homes. YouTube said I'm done getting money out here in these streets. They even took my funky ass suit. So anything right now would help. So go ahead and hit that Cash App, hit that PayPal, hit that GoFundMe. Hell, cop the merch. Or if you want to make the long-term commitment to the Jinquavius Jackson Fund, join the Patreon so that I can continue to put out top-notch content each and every day. Also, check out the Rumble, where there is absolutely no censorship. Link in the description box below.
Hey, yo, ain't that nigga Jinquavius? Yo, I recognize.
No, that's not me no more.
Hey, yo, run your pocket.
Y'all killing me with this shit.
Nigga. Do the opposite of Antonio Brown and take
What
all your
more do you want from me?
Getting our first look at the teenager charged in a shooting which killed an even younger teenager. Clarkston police sent us the mugshot of the 17-year-old for Ahisha Apuchu. They charged.
Wow. So we have a 17-year-old with, I mean, it kind of sounds like he is some type of immigrant. But either way, he murked a 14-year-old. This is what it's come to. The community is absolutely out of control. It's ridiculous. We need to get a hold on it. If we don't, then we're going to have hell to pay. I mean, this story is not getting any coverage. Okay? It is fallen under the wayside, or fallen by the wayside, gone under the radar. So I thought that I would bring this to you guys because nobody else is covering it. And I guess this is not a big deal. 17-year-old kids murking 14-year-old kids. I guess it's not a big deal. You know, nothing to see here. We got the bad guy and we're moving along.
Charged him with involuntary manslaughter in the shooting on September 3rd on Montreal Road. The shooting killed a 14-year-old, identified only as a student at Freedom Middle School.
Accusations of racism and discrimination against blacks at one of the Metro's largest production facilities. Now, former workers for Trilla Studios claim they were negatively stereotyped and racially profiled by Trilla employees and agents. That's it.
So I guess we have another racism scandal here in Fayette County, which is Metro Atlanta area. So I guess, I mean, let's see what they've come up with.
According to a drafted but unfiled complaint. CBS 46's Zach Summers is live outside the studio in Fayetteville, where a group protested earlier today. Zach?
Yeah, you know, Trilla Studios House set is a place where makers live, create, and inspire the world. But some former workers and residents say that's not always the reality if you're black.
I didn't even want it to go this far.
When Carmen Key took a job with a vendor at Trilla Studios last October, she says she quickly noticed the lack of diversity at Georgia's largest production facility.
Okay, so initially, a lack of diversity is what she's claiming. And I don't know the demographics of the people that work there, but I mean, there's certain people who like doing certain jobs, and there are certain people who don't. That is the reality of the situation. Maybe at this facility in this area, the brothers was not, really lining up and having it backed up with applications. I mean, that's got to be, you know, at least a factor, right?
What's happening is just too overt and too systemic for me to not kind of do anything.
Key says she took her concerns to studio executives in hopes of helping to create a diversity, equity, and inclusion program.
So is she just bringing this up because there wasn't enough minorities at the plant? Y'all, I mean, if we ain't the community that cried wolf, and honestly, shorty, she ain't even a sister. Don't look like it. Or she's super high yellow. As we saw in the last video, we have able-bodied brothers, 17-year-old, about to be 18-year-old. You can get a job anywhere you like. You know, that just requires a GED. They don't really want to work. They want to play with middle schoolers and shoot them with guns, pretending that they're their ops. So it's not so much that, oh, they're not hiring minorities. It's just that I really don't think that we have the applications backed up for these types of jobs. I mean, am I on or off? Let me know. But from what I'm seeing, I don't really see any basis for the claim so far.
She says she was shocked by their responses.
They also said that the reason they don't have a lot of black people in influential positions here is because they need people on a certain level.
Key says after several
well, that just means that certain people are not qualified. Point blank. They need people on a certain level for the facility to continue to function. I don't see any problem with that. Look, we all know. I mean, look at the city of Atlanta. Look at New Orleans. Look at New York with Mayor Eric Adams. Baltimore. Wherever we have extensive leadership positions, with the exception of some who are, like I said, qualified, we really messing a lot of stuff up. I ain't even gonna cap, okay? And it's sad that it's come to this, but you know, I don't think we can really run a city, let alone one of these giant manufacturing facilities, and keep it safe, clean, functional, without any hiccups. You know, it's just not looking like that's something within the scope of, as a whole, what we are capable of doing at this moment in the community.
Meetings without warning or explanation, she was denied access to the lot. The claim is one of many listed in a drafted but unfiled racial discrimination complaint against Trilith and its adjacent living community. The accusations prompting a small protest outside the studios this morning.
Am I surprised? No.
I mean, but really, what did they even do? What did they do wrong? They said, hey, the reason why we don't have minorities in positions of power is because we need qualified people in this field. There aren't enough minorities who are signing up for jobs like this. I mean, what did they do wrong? What did they say wrong? Because if we really want to do this, look at the streets of Fayette County. Look where the brothers are in the streets. Okay? That's where they at. They're not really trying to get these types of jobs. I'm not saying that there aren't some brothers who hard working and blue collar and working in these facilities. Of course there are. But it doesn't seem like the majority of the community, the young men in the community, are trying to get on board with these types of professions.
James Vance is the president of the NAACP for Fayette County. He says he's appalled by the allegations.
But individuals work in companies, and individual attitudes and individuals' perspectives still and oftentimes guide and project what companies do.
BGZM News 17.
A TikTok couple wrapped up in a murder investigation. John is okay. I am okay, you guys. I am okay.
Police say they shot and killed a 28-year-old man.
Oh, wow. They hunting us. They hunting us. So here you have an LGBT couple from the community, and they hunted down and murked this glider. These super LGBT gremlins are on demon time.
What they say linked them to the crime and what police are telling us about a possible motive. I'm Justin Carter. This is TSR Investigates. The shooting happened August 1st in the small town of Rossville, Georgia, with a population of 4,000. It's a part of Walker County. It's right on the Tennessee border. Now, the sheriff, Steve Wilson, says that they received a 911 call about shots fired at a residence, and they found 28-year-old Dakota Bradshaw clinging to his life. He was rushed to the hospital where he later died. Now, the Georgia Bureau of Investigations would later secure a murder warrant, and Sheriff Wilson says that witnesses started sharing their accounts of what happened, and that's what ultimately led to their first arrest.
So for the past couple of days in the media, I've been seeing like a lot of things about John, and
so you have these these monkeypox carrying super gremlins out here catching bodies. I mean, like I said, we got the women catching bodies, we have teenage boys catching bodies, and now we have the LGBT community catching bodies. It's absolutely ridiculous. These guys had the whole world in front of them. They had a TikTok account of 900,000, which they still have their account. And, you know, you see what's happening to my TikTok is being shadow banned, active community guideline strikes here, there. They demonetize me. And these dudes actually killed somebody and their TikTok is still up. I guess that doesn't violate the terms of service. I mean, it's y'all are about to get me to cuss up in here. For real. This guy and his I want to say the word, but you know, I'm not gonna do it. His companion, his partner, caught a body, killed somebody, and his TikTok is still up. You don't believe me? We're gonna go to it next.
Y'all are concerned about John. Is he okay? Has he harmed someone? Like, has he did anything to someone? No, he has not done anything to no one.
This is 23-year-old influencer Eric Dodds in his final TikTok on August 16th, 15 days after the shooting. He was giving an update to his 800,000 plus followers on the arrest of his boyfriend and fellow TikToker Jonte Collier, who he calls John. Collier had been arrested on August 8th.
Obvious signs of demon time with the neck tattoos. I mean, they did that. They did it.
Y'all know John. John will not harm a soul. He's the most free-spirited, caring person that I know.
Cap. And look how he's switching up so quickly. Like these individuals are sociopathic, psychopathic, demonic, super LGBT gremlins on demon time.
Just one day after the post, Dodds would also be arrested.
Early on, we began working.
Yo, why was he smiling like this in his mugshot?
After the post, Dodds would also be arrested.
Early on, we began working witnesses, people who live in the community, and we were able to develop leads.
When you got that old country sheriff on your behind, it's over, buddy. You better come turn yourself in. We ain't letting you get away with this one.
Within about 8 to 12 hours, that put us on a track that ultimately led to the arrest of 2 individuals, 23-year-old John Tay Caban Collier and 23-year-old Eric Dodds of Huntsville, Alabama.
The Walker County Sheriff spoke to us by phone, telling us that multiple witnesses came forward, describing two distinct vehicles speeding off shortly after the incident.
And I guarantee those witnesses did not come from the community.
Witness statements led us to be looking for two different vehicles. One was a red pickup truck and one was a Dodge Charger Challenger. And
what up? Them Dodge Chargers, them Challengers, them Challenges.
And as it turns out, those vehicles have been connected to Collier and Dodge.
Those vehicles also eminently displayed in their photos on social media. A Dodge Ram matching.
Wow. I mean, these guys are idiots. This is absolutely disgusting. I mean, what are we going to say here? I mean, if the LGBT community commits a crime like this on a straight guy, is it a hate crime? I mean, we got to start being fair about this stuff, right? They hate cisgender men. These super hateful LGBT gremlins are on demon time.
The description of the red pickup truck scene and other selfies inside of a dark colored sports car believed to be a Dodge.
And this is the craziest part is, like, women would be dealing with dudes like this. And that's how they get in the monkeypox. That they monkeypoxed up, okay? And the women are still dealing with them because they got the swag, they got the clout, and I don't know. I mean, maybe it looks like they're not really rocking with women at all, but you never know. You never know. Some people are just playing, oh, I'm going to do this LGBT, even though, yeah, okay, he's obviously a blank word, right? But, you know, they're going to play it up for social media to get the bag, to get the clout, but he's still, they still probably, you know, be dealing with chicks too. I ain't gonna lie. A lot of these dudes in Atlanta, you know what I'm saying? They really be on that type of time, and the women are still dealing with them for reasons I don't understand. But I mean, they're accepting of it. That's what they like. I think Pride weekend is next week or something like that. I mean, they got Pride Month, Pride weekend. They got all this type of stuff, and these folks are completely out of control.
Challenger.
The investigation is not over by any means. It is still active and ongoing.
Sheriff Wilson says that the victim, Dakota Bradshaw, was standing in front of a window of a home when he was shot. The suspects, according to police, were parked in the driveway, and the shooter got into a red pickup truck. Sheriff Wilson says that it is still unclear who exactly pulled the trigger, but in a news release,
that's disgusting.
The Georgia Bureau of Investigation says that they executed a search warrant over 100 miles away in Huntsville, Alabama, where they made their arrests. Police say they don't know why the suspects drove about an hour and a half away.
Well, I mean, they might have a great time in prison. I don't really think that they have a motive. They just shot the guy. Maybe it was a random, you know, killing. Maybe they were trying to get initiated in a gang. I have no clue, but obviously these two dudes are bad news.
And they have not revealed a motive.
ENJ is okay, and we'll be back together and back posting very soon.
The victim's family and friends have been active on social media. His mother, Tracy Bankston, wrote on Facebook, quote, that this is a pain that no mother should ever.
Wow, man. And they just straight killed her son, her baby boy, for no apparent reason. No reason whatsoever. In the community, like, what if the roles were reversed? Two white boys pull up on, you know, black kid, air him out. I mean, they wouldn't have no social media at all at this point. They'd be taken down and demonetized and all shadow ban. Everything that you can do, they would be dispersed across the ethers with no trace. Okay, their digital footprint would be completely erased, except for the fact that they are linked to this murder. I mean, it's so unfair with these social media platforms, and it, you know, I can't talk about it like I want to, but we are going to go to these freaking people's TikTok, and we're going to break it down.
Have to go through. Dakota, I'm not sure why this happened, son, but baby boy, I promise you there is no stopping your mom till every one of these people that are involved pay for what they have done to you. You know I love you, baby, with all my heart. I'm broken without you, but I will fight with all my might till justice is done. Police say that they are aware of Dodds and Collier's online presence and are pushing for people who know anything at all about this case to come forward. For TSR Investigates, I'm Justin Carter.
All right, guys. So they actually still have a TikTok. They're getting a whole bunch of views. They're you know, they have a whole bunch of followers. Bruh. This really upsets me. Obviously, they're doing a lot of nasty things. Comments. Tell on you. Wrongly accused, right? We got 53 seconds. Somebody said, I know, John, it's hard for him to even get mad. Y'all know people got wrongly accused, right? Oh, no, they're not wrongly accused. Not him wearing his same outfit in his mugshot. Yeah. I'm dead. Did John tell on you, but you in jail too? Yeah, they going crazy in the comments.
What's up, y'all? It's Eric. I promise y'all an update, and here it is. So for the past couple of days in the media, I've been seeing like a lot of things about John, and y'all are concerned about John. Is he okay? Has he harmed someone? Like, has he did anything to someone? No, he has not done anything.
Yes, he has. Okay, y'all are going down. Y'all are going down.
To no one. Y'all know John. John will not harm a soul. He's the most free-spirited, caring person that I know to myself. He loves me even more than I even love myself, you guys. So I just wanted to get on here and update it that John is okay. I am okay, you guys. I'm okay. Everything is good. My baby will be home soon. He is not harmed a soul, you guys.
Wow. And after this video, he ended up getting locked up too.
And I just wanted to clear the air. I just wanted to clear all the he say, she say, and everything like that. Is just making me mad, guys. NJ is okay.
And y'all see the flag in the background. I mean, you know, it's not even about that. It's just the fact that they're still up. They still have their TikTok account. Literally killed a man in cold blood for no reason. And they took my TikTok down.
And we'll be back together and back posting very soon. I love y'all.
That is ridiculous. Wow. And he really got that off with confidence. The super LGBT gremlins are on demon time.
Gang violence and other kind of violence.
Guess what? I could be at work, at school, in my car, and I can still get shot by the police. But I can get shot anywhere.
So it is what it is.
What's good, cyberspace? It's a Black Gen Z mindset. Make sure you go ahead and like, comment, share, subscribe, and let's get into the video. So, guys, we have to cover this story. Mass shooting in Wal Mart. I was going to cover it yesterday. I wanted the facts to come out. I wanted to see the perpetrator of this shooting, and now we have the mugshot, as you guys can see in the thumbnail, which is my metadata, which got me in trouble the first time and got me demonetized. But I'm still getting creative on the thumbnails. I'm still going in on the thumbnails. I'm still trying to provide that comedic relief to very serious topics. So, and truthful. Okay, so here we go. We have the victims of the Wal Mart shooting in Chesapeake. All right. Lorenzo Gamble. Okay. Our brother here, he was a Walmart employee. Brian Pendleton, brother here, was a Walmart employee. Kelly Pyle. Okay.
sister there, or a glider sister. We have a glider male, Randy Blevins, and Tanika Johnson. Okay, we have a sister here who suffered from this mass shooting. So we're gonna cover as much as we can. Guys, support the channel, hit the PayPal, hit the Cash App. I will be looking at you guys' chats because this channel is not monetized. So make sure you guys hit the PayPal, hit the Cash Apps, hit the Super Traps, or we don't have no more Super Trap because we're not monetized. So yeah, PayPal, Cash App in the banner below or in the description box. You can also hit the GoFundMe, join the Patreon, buy the merch, all that good stuff. So let's cover this topic because it's a very serious situation. Apparently, this guy who did the shooting, Andrew Bing, who I will show you guys his mugshot, he deleted himself. Okay? He deleted himself in the Walmart after doing what he did. He crashed out, bruh. He crashed out. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. And I would go as far as to say that, unfortunately, it doesn't bring me joy to say this, but black men in this day and age are the #1 crash outs, bro. We're crashing out for no reason. For no reason, we're crashing out. So as you can see, here is the super gremlin of the hour, Andrew Bing. I also have some video of the aftermath, which I will show you guys. And we've got a whole bunch of different topics that we want to cover. We want to talk about the Balenciaga thing. I just saw a story where Charleston White actually pulled a strap out on somebody in an interview. So he's kind of he looks like he's trying to crash out too. Shout out to Carlton. I'm not gonna read your last name for anonymity purposes, but shout out to Carlton for the $5 Cash App. Okay. Shout out to Carlton for the $5 Cash App. I will be reading you guys Cash Apps and PayPals. Okay. I will be reading you guys Cash Apps and PayPals. So you know, we'll break that down as well. So yeah, let's get into what actually happened in this situation. Very sad situation here. Very sad story. So let's break it down.
Over the course of the next 30-45 minutes, we were able to find multiple fatalities and multiple injured parties.
Breaking overnight in Virginia, a gunman opens fire inside of a Wal Mart.
As you just heard, several people are dead. Let's get to Holly in the newsroom with the latest
She called
information. Good morning, Holly.
Good morning to both of you. We now know that 6 people were killed. The shooting happened around 10:15 last night. The shooter is also dead. In addition to those killed, police say several others are hurt. There are reports the gunman was an employee at the Walmart and may have targeted people in the break room. Police have...
So 6 people deleted, as I showed you guys. He was targeting people in the break room. This guy was a manager, so he wasn't just no regular old employee, but maybe he felt like his employees were not respecting him, and that's why he ended up crashing out. You know, you never know. We don't know what was going on in his life. Obviously, this completely destroys the leftist narrative of the incel glider. You know, even though we do have these glider males who are crashing out, right? Because we just had the story of the glider male who crashed out at the Club Q, the gay club in Colorado, I believe. And then now you have an LGBT brother who is crashing out at the Walmart. So it's safe to say that you can't there is no type with this stuff. Now we know that the super gremlins are leading in mass shootings. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. But there is no type with this stuff anymore. It's not a, oh, this is a white guy thing, this is a black guy thing. I mean, obviously, you know, you have those mass shootings where the super gremlins pull up to the park and then they just spray up everything, and you know, and it's different context for sure. Whereas these are like, oh, disgruntled, quote unquote mental health issues and pressure burst pipes, and then he crashes out at the Walmart. So these are very different situations here. But what I will say though is there is no type anymore. When you have a LGBT brother who is a manager, okay, he ain't no minimum wage guy. He's making decent money as a manager at Walmart. Maybe he's not getting that respect from his male coworkers. Maybe he's not getting respect from, his female coworkers. Who knows? But he decided to crash out, guys, and this is what's going on. These super LGBT gremlins are on demon time.
Not confirmed a motive, the shooter's identity, or where in the store the victims were shot. Walmart released a statement saying in part, quote, "We are shocked at this tragic event at our Chesapeake, Virginia store. We're praying for those impacted, the community, and our associates." Chesapeake police are expected to give another update at 8 o'clock this morning. We will, of course, bring you the very latest information as it becomes available to us, Steve.
The shooting once again renewing calls for tougher control in America when it comes to guns. Virginia Senator Mark Warner tweeted, quote, "Sickened by reports of yet another mass shooting. I will be monitoring developments closely." Lawmaker Louise Lucas, who represents the Chesapeake area in Virginia, tweeted, "I will not rest until we find the solutions to end this gun violence epidemic in our country that has taken so many lives."
I mean, you put a armed security guard outside the Walmart, and this issue is solved, or at least neutralized within a timely manner. Obviously, this would definitely be a hard thing to prevent, because this guy is a guy that you don't necessarily see it coming from. Shout out to my guy Nathan with a $20 Cash App. He says, "Salute, sir."
Oh, say less.
Yes, I appreciate that, Nathan. Y'all know we got to keep going in. Bro, we have to keep going. We have to keep fighting. I felt very discouraged about the demonetization, but that just lets me know that I'm on to something. I'm on to something genuine. I'm on to something real. And I'm trying to be honest out here. Oh, it's crazy, y'all. It's absolutely insane. These dudes are crashing out. I want to know a lot more about maybe his motive, but we're going to look into that and find out.
Alexa said, "Just today, I was at Walmart getting plates for dinner. All stores are packed now, more than usual. So heartbreaking." And Sarah tweeted, in part, "My heart is breaking for our state and our country."
The other big story.
All right, so that was that. Now we're going to listen to some of the police reports, and then we'll get into some of the initial reports of this shooting here and how that went down. Okay, hold up. They're giving me an ad in the background. But guys, it's getting bad, man. It really is getting bad. This one was definitely unexpected. This one was definitely unexpected. Like you didn't see this coming. You didn't see this coming at all. Obviously, 6 people killed is a huge deal. But this is how unlikely these shooters can be. Distressed LGBT manager at the Walmart. They couldn't blame it on a white supremacist. They couldn't blame it on a January 6th-ite or whatever. Like, shout out to Eric with the $10 Cash App. He's definitely outside with it.
Hold on. Hello? Where we at? Oh, you want to know where I'm at? We outside!
Okay, he's definitely outside with it. So let's break down some of the initial reports that came out about the shooter.
And Annika Jochi joins us now live from Chesapeake, Virginia. We've also got ABC News senior investigative reporter Aaron Katersky and ABC News contributor, former police chief for San Bernardino, California, Jared Bergwan. Ike, first, what are we learning about the victims in this case and how the community is responding?
Well, right now, this community is wrapping their hands around everybody they could. Just for the past few hours that we've seen here, we've seen a lot of people just really trickle into this Wal Mart, some with signs saying, if you need a prayer, if you need a hug, I'm right here. Others just gathering, simply giving people an embrace. But in terms of the people who are actually directly affected of this, we do have a little bit of new information. Now, one of the family members of one of the individuals who were in fact hurt, they came here about a couple of hours ago, and they told me that their family member, their brother, their uncle, was in that hospital in stable condition, however, still severely injured with a long way to go. As far as the 7 people who were killed, Walmart and law enforcement telling us that 3 of those individuals, including the shooter, were found dead inside that break room where this entire ordeal began. Woo! Another victim was found near the entrance of the store, and the last 3 victims who passed away, well, they were taken to the hospital where they later died. As far as the witnesses, I've been managed to speak to several witnesses who saw this carnage. One in particular, Kevin Harper, he was an individual who was actually inside that break room moments before the shooting rang out.
Wow.
He told me that he just had some kind of premonition, some kind of feeling that told him to get out of that break room. And it wasn't just a few moments later, he heard those muffled gunshots.
So what the hell, what type of premonition did he have? Was he a psychic? Did he see this happening in the Simpsons show or something? Like, what made him feel like Buddy was finna crash out?
Out from that break room. He told me that at that point, he made a beeline straight for the clothes hanger where he can hide. And I asked him, how long did he hide inside that clothes hanger? He told me he had no idea because time felt it stopped. But after a while, he managed to get out of there, run out of the store, and he told me that on his way out of the store, he did, in fact, see some bodies, some covered completely in blood. Again, a lot of the witnesses who they say this incident shocked them to the core, but they're not surprised given the frequency in which these shootings are happening in our country.
So they're not surprised at all. And you could say that this type of stuff has become normalized. Okay? And see, when I speak out against this type of stuff, I get heavily deterred in the algorithm. Okay? I get heavily dissuaded in the algorithm. They don't want this information to come out. They don't want people to realize how close you are from a situation like this to happening because they want you to be a sitting duck. Okay? But you need to be ready. You need to be on guard. You need to be vigilant, looking over your shoulder. Because these dudes are crashing out randomly. A lot of guys have been on watch lists, have been surveilled, have a record that has been sealed. You never know with these types of things.
Right now.
No question about that. Ike, just a terrible day for them in particular, for our country, this shame, this stigma on our country, this gun violence. Aaron, investigators have identified the shooter, 31-year-old Andre Bing. What else can you tell us about where the investigation stands at this point?
They know that Andre Bing has worked for Wal Mart since 2010. He was an associate.
2010. So he's been with the company for 12 years, worked his way up to a manager, and gonna throw it all away? Dang, see, that's why I don't get
it for the company and the supervisor of the overnight shift, which was just beginning after 10 p.m. when he burst into this break room and opened fire seemingly at random, according to eyewitnesses. Police haven't said much more about him, but Terry, workplace violence or in Colorado, hate, where Chief Bergwan was in San Bernardino, may have been extremism. At this point, what's the difference?
And we'll give you guys some updates on the Colorado situation as well. Shout out to Cyrus Cherry, known supporter. He said he had a premonition. He a charmed one. Deluxe 24/7 says the only thing that can stop a bad guy with a gun is a good guy with a gun, and the left wants to disarm the good guys. Hot Black Desiato says can't blame Buddy. I'd be out of there too. In 8 ways says for real, me too. Cyrus Cherry says the LGBT community has the highest domestic violence rates in the world. Yes, which is the fact. Regula Degula says, yeah, this the new normal. They want males to think like females, running off emotions and woe is me energy instead of masculinity. Innate Ways says, I only do my drama. Nate Campbell says, what did Ack used to say? If there's 3 or more summoned together, something about he knows not to be. Right. Not to be there. Regular Degler says, wasn't Colorado shooter on the rainbow spectrum? I think he was more on the incel spectrum. But Innate Ways says, Ak is so funny. Hot Black Desiato says, Nate, that was a Tommy originally, or that was Tommy S originally, LOL. Where there's more than 3, I will not be. Nate Campbell says, yeah, they are non-binary. Call them Mix Aldridge. Nate Campbell says, whatever MX means. Innate Ways says, he makes me feel like I'm a horrible glider sometimes. Okay, Willie Lucky comes in and he says, black homegrown terrorism, 90%. Mass shootings are committed by people of color. 4+ shooting victims qualifies as a mass shooting. Yep, according to the FBI. The facts are most mass shooters are people of color, but we're not ready for that combo. Well, we've been having that combo on this channel for some time now, Willie. We have been having that convo on this channel for some time now. We already have conceded to the facts that it looks like in the community we are leading in mass shooting. So we're trying to find out what we can do, what a solution is to this issue. But obviously the message is being suppressed. So it's obvious that the quote unquote powers that be don't really want this message to get out. Hot Black Desiato says, I'm also wondering about MX. Never heard that before. Regular Degler says, yeah, Colorado shooter was MX and they, them. Oh, okay. So they're saying the Colorado shooter was non-binary. Hot Black Desiato says, so hard to keep up. Nate Campbell says, yeah, that's it. Funny saying, but good advice.
Easy access to guns. And increasingly in this country, people who may be angry or who may have something going on inside them are turning to violence, and particularly gun violence, in order to cope with it. And that's the newest challenge for law enforcement in the country, Terry. It's happening over and over again.
It does seem, Aaron, that's very astute, that there's almost a self-medication for a broken and twisted mind to start shooting at people. And Jared, I just want to,
a self-medication. That was a weird way to put it.
In the gun violence archive, there have been at least 606 mass shootings this year. And I want to ask you, do you think it's gotten worse?
606 mass shootings in 2022. It's definitely gotten worse. And I really can't wait to see the FBI crime data from, for 2021, which we never got. But for 2022 especially is going to be insane.
Since you were chief in San Bernardino and had to go through that awful shooting there.
I think it has gotten worse, and worse for a variety of reasons. I made an observation to myself earlier today in preparation for this. You know, when Columbine happened, we were shocked. We were collectively shocked. And on the law enforcement side, we gave Columbine a lot of leeway for the response because nobody had ever experienced something like that before. And then fast forward to Uvalde, where we were very angry about the response in Uvalde. We were angry because we know better by now. The reality is, and fast forward to today, is I don't know that anybody in this law enforcement profession doesn't know somebody, 1 or 2 degrees of separation.
And that looks like to me a mugshot, a previous mugshot. I mean, the face is definitely giving demon time. You know, it just seems like these guys completely just lost it. Obviously, he had some inner issues because he deleted himself. Definitely something going on there. I'm so interested to know what brought him to this point. I wish some of these super LGBT gremlins on Demon Time would leave some type of manifesto, at least explaining why, what was the motive here.
Another officer, somebody that works for a neighboring agency, somebody that they went to the academy with, that hasn't had to deal personally with one of these types of events. And you're absolutely right. It is an embarrassing thing for this country to deal with.
It really is. We just can't seem to get on top of it. Ike, ABC News has spoken to Breonna Tyler, a woman who worked for the store for 2 months. She says the location, the company has not yet reached out to staffers. Has Walmart said anything?
Well,
shout out to Cyrus Cherry. He says, Gen Z, you remember when you said LGBT behaves the way they think that they identify behaves? You made a good point. It's like a kid playing Power Rangers and is just too stubborn to stop. Yes, and I've made this claim before. The LGBT community, whatever, communitino, they behave in which the way that they think that specific gender behaves. So say you have a trans woman, a man who transformed into a woman. They are behaving in the way that they believe or they perceive women behave. So it's almost parody. I mean, a lot of their behavior is absolutely parody. And even with just LGBT men in general, not all, but there are, the ones who are more fruity, more zesty, more feminine, like the saucy Santana types. They're obviously making a mockery out of women because they are acting as they perceive women act, and most of it is over sexualized. Most of it is dressing slutty and moving in a hypersexual manner when it comes to the same sex in these scenarios. So yeah, I do remember when I said that, and I still stand on that because it's the absolute truth.
Well, here's what we know, Terry. In times of crisis like this at the workplace, it's not uncommon for that workplace to bring in some sort of crisis counselor or therapist to help deal with the aftermath of going through something.
There you have it. The therapists, the crisis responders, who they want to actually respond in real time, not post mass shooting, but during the mass shooting, present tense. They want those trauma responders and those social workers to pull up and talk the shooter down, mediate the situation. Once they start firing shots, there is no more talking. Shout out to Regular Degla. He says they behave like the most ratchet, ignorant female does. You're absolutely right. Hot Black Desiato says trans is like a more extreme version of drag. Yeah, for sure. Cyrus Cherry says, I think the root cause of this is stubbornness, but it's become a subconscious thing. Stubbornness is painful, and pain makes people angry. Ever had a cavity you want to delete? Regular Degula says, yeah, they behave like thoughts and project the absolute worst of females. Absolutely.
So traumatic. That is something that we will likely see here in the future. But as of right now, the only thing we know of is that statement that Walmart has put out. It says, in part, we are shocked at this tragic event. We're working closely with law enforcement, and we are focused on supporting our associates, Terry.
All right. Ike Kajochi, Aaron Katursky, Jared Bergwan, thank you for being with us on this mass shooting.
So there you have it. A little background on this mass shooting here. We're actually going to get the police response. We're going to get the police response really quickly as well. Oh, wow. And we've got interviews from some of the employees. I mean, there's a lot going on here. There's a lot going on here in this story. I do want to see what the police are talking about as well. So let's get into a witness account first, and then we'll get into what the police are saying about this very unfortunate situation that occurred here. And then we'll get to some of the initial response, which is going to be extremely interesting as well. Very sad scenario playing out here in this country. I mean, it is getting to the point of third world country crime, for sure.
For sure. And, you know, the Democrats really have fostered this type of environment with their laissez-faire approach to criminal justice. So let's see what you guys are talking about. Sunshine Cool Water says, when you raise and educate an entire generation to question themselves and who they perceive themselves to be, they will be guaranteed to turn violent in adulthood. Nate Campbell says we're almost desensitized to it at this point. Yeah, we are. And the issue is it can happen to any of us at any moment. And you just, I guess, you know, nowadays it's just, hey, you got to take the L. You were involved in a mass shooting. You were a victim of a mass shooting. Okay, memorial, balloon release, and then on to the next one.
For the second time in 4 days, America sees another mass shooting. A gunman opening fire last night inside a Wal Mart in Chesapeake, Virginia.
She called to the right.
Virginia. This is what we know at this hour. Police confirm 6 people were killed. The shooter is also dead.
It's not clear at this hour whether there was any sort of standoff or whether officers fired shots when they arrived, and a motive is still not known.
But we will hopefully learn a lot more about that motive, about the suspect, about what happened inside Walmart last night, as police are set to hold a briefing in the next hour to take questions on this.
CNN's Brian Todd live for us on the scene in Chesapeake, Virginia this morning. Brian, what are you learning?
Well, Don, I can set the scene for you a little bit here with our first hints of daylight. We'll zoom past me to the entrance of the Walmart right there, where law enforcement personnel have been coming in and out of that entrance all morning. This attack unfolded a little less than 9 hours ago. The first calls came into police just after 10 p.m. Eastern time. What we're told by a law enforcement source who spoke to CNN was that an employee or a former employee walked into a break room where people were gathered and opened fire. At some point, that employee or former employee turned the gun on himself. As you reported, as we've been confirming for the last couple of hours, the city of Chesapeake confirming 6 people were killed, 6 victims dead. The gunman is also dead. We're told that at least 5 people are being treated for their injuries.
And I wish he wouldn't have been able to take the easy way out and delete himself. He took the coward's way out. Took the coward's way out, man.
At a local hospital, but an update on their conditions was not immediately available. But again, here they were coming through this for hours. It took them hours to process and go through the store, make sure there were no additional victims, that there was no one hiding. So this crime scene has taken several hours for police to go through, and they've just rendered it safe. But again, they're still coming through this for evidence. Don.
Okay, so Brian, that news conference is expected to happen in a short time here. Where does the investigation go? I guess we'll learn from that, and also a motive at this point we still don't know, so we'll have to wait for this press conference.
That's right. We're going to be pressing hard for a possible motive. We need to know who this gunman was, whether there were any conflicts, were there any warning signs at this place of business regarding this person. So again, these are answers that hopefully the police will be coming up with in the next couple of hours. We're going to be pressing for details on that. But again, you know, a very dramatic scene here. Unfolding in just a few minutes. The police responded very quickly, and it seemed to have been over fairly quickly. Again, right behind me, you can see some of these vehicles coming in and out of here, and this is going to be probably the scene of a heavy law enforcement presence for some days. The FBI and the ATF are also on the scene.
There you have it there. Let's get some witness accounts. I've got some witness accounts from the news, and then I've also got some witness accounts from like on scene people recording with their phones. So let's listen up.
Our next guest is an eyewitness to the deadly shooting inside that Walmart. She says she worked alongside the shooter one day before the tragedy and was inside of that break room when the suspect opened fire. Her name is Breonna Tyler. She's only been a Walmart employee, she tells us, for a couple of months, and she joins us now live from her home. Breonna, thank you for taking the time for being with us. How are you? How are you doing today?
I'm still processing things. I can't get the visual out of my head, but I'm okay physically, of course, but just mentally and emotionally, it's definitely a lot to take in. It definitely is a lot, but I'll be okay.
I'm glad.
It's a lot to take in, but I'll be okay. This ain't new. Niggas die every day, B.
Hear that? Being able to to focus on that. I can't imagine. So tell us about those moments. You said processing it. What are you processing?
Well, I was literally just getting to work. Our shift is from 10 p.m. to 7 a.m. I got there a few minutes late. About 10:06 is when I clocked in on my phone. I walked to the break room like normal. That's where we have our nightly meeting of where everyone's going to be, stocking their particular section. And, I'm just standing there. There were a few things that seemed like off to me about that whole night that they stick out more to me now that situation has happened. Like just different things, like the maintenance man, who actually the first person to end up getting hit, he actually went around the entire room and gave everyone trash bags, which he doesn't normally does. So that stuck out to me.
So she said something that stuck out to her was the maintenance man going around to everybody and giving them trash bags.
And then like when I walked in the room, something in me told me not to sit down. I don't know exactly what it was, but something just said, just stand up, just stand up. And I just stood up the entire time. And
so was it something that stood out to her that told her not to sit down, or did she come late and all the seats were taken?
As soon as the team lead said he was about to get the meeting started, he said, all right, guys, we have a really light night tonight. And as soon as he said that, the supervisor or the manager just came around the corner and literally just opened fire and just started swaying his arm back and forth. He didn't have a target. He didn't, he wasn't aiming for anybody specifically. He literally was just shooting across the entire break room.
It's terrifying.
We should have Black Lives Matter outside of this Walmart, but we're not going to see that, are we?
And that just sounds unimaginable. And
Black Lives Matter is an LGBT organization, and they're still not going to support or come out in droves and say, hey, we denounce this type of activity. We don't find that this activity represents the community, the LGBT community, or the Black community in general. We've got so many fake activists, guys. It doesn't even make any sense.
How did you keep yourself safe? You just hit the deck? Did you run?
I honestly, at first I froze because I thought I was in like a simulation. It felt fake in the very moment, because I'm literally looking at this man and
So all the conspiracy theorists are definitely going to take that and run with it. I thought that I was in a simulation. It felt fake. Alex Jones has crept into the chat. No, but seriously though, I can definitely see how this could be a surreal event, but you absolutely should be aware that we are living in different times and it can pop off at any moment.
I see the smoke leaving the gun, but it's just not registering to me, because I think it was the fact that I recognized his face. If it were someone that I had never seen before, then I feel like it would have been realer in that moment. But the fact that this is somebody that I worked with and I talked to and I was next to every day, it was just like, this can't be real. And so I saw all of my coworkers, diving onto the floor, and I'm just looking around like, what's going on? And then once I saw blood, I was like, oh, this is really real. And then that's when it processed that, like, you have to run or you're gonna die. And then I just booked it through the store, and all I kept saying was, don't trip, don't fall, don't look back, just run. And that's exactly what I did. I just ran straight for the front door.
Cannot imagine what you went through.
Look, Shorty is fighting back a smirk. I ain't gonna lie, like, just watch the body language. I don't know why, I guess this is how she's grieving. It very much seems like to me that, obviously she's happy to be alive, but it's almost like a different undertone. I don't know. Like, if you guys seen that after she spoke, there was a little smirk there. I don't know if maybe I'm tripping or I'm reading into the body language too deeply, but there was a little smirk there, almost as if she's like, ha ha, I got away. You know what I'm saying? I can't confirm that, but
exactly what I did. I just ran straight for the front door.
Cannot imagine what you went through. Tell us, if you can, a little bit about the supervisor, about the shooter. You said you felt uneasy about that employee meeting leading up to the shooting. Was it because of something about the supervisor, about the shooter?
Not necessarily that night, like not necessarily last night, but I would say he was just the supervisor that everyone warned everybody else about. So when you first started at that job, it was like, okay, this is the supervisor that is most likely going to pick on you, or he's going to have an issue with what you do and things like that. So, I had to note it in the back of my head that, oh, okay, cool. We might run into an issue, but I never thought that it would be anything.
So there you have it. He was the nitpicky supervisor. He was a supervisor that was going to get on your nerves. He was a supervisor who tried to act like he was doing his job by getting on yo behind. Okay, so that's kind of what it sounds like to me.
To this extent, because like I said, he didn't say anything. He didn't point to anyone specific. He didn't aim at anyone specific. It was like he was just out to get any and everybody that he worked with. He genuinely just did not care.
And Brianna, you said it was a handgun that he was using.
Yes.
You got a sense of how many shots he got off?
He let off probably about 8 to 10 in the break room alone. Like he was just literally just swaying his arm back and forth, and he was just shooting. I would say he let about a whole clip out. I would.
And Brianna, you say you've been working at that store for just a couple of months. What more can you tell us about the suspect? Did you have a sense that this was a guy who wasn't right?
I mean, he always gave off like he was like the loner type. Like he was quiet and to himself. I will say that he just, he gave off the vibe that was just like, you don't talk to him unless you have to. Like I've never once had like a joyous, fun conversation with him. It was always about work, and that was it. So whereas with everybody else, a lot of people, they laugh, they joke. I have other supervisors that I can, talk to casually. But with him, it was always just like a straight shot. Okay, this is what we're doing. This is what it is. So he wasn't like the fun, bubbly type of person. So I can't really say anything about him other than everybody just about had a trivial issue with him at one point. But nobody, I don't think anybody could have ever guessed that he would take it to this extent.
So it seemed like this guy was kind of on a power trip at work. He was known to give his employees ish. He probably was a guy who nagged, maybe followed up too aggressively. Like, did you do that? Did you do this? I don't know. Seems like that type of vibe. Y'all know how, some of these LGBT individuals get when they get into a position of power, especially if they are in a position of power over straight black men, or even, more masculine, as this woman appears to be a dyke or a butch lesbian black woman, because there is some animosity there as well. There's animosity there as well. Okay, the guys, don't just think this LGBT stuff is just like all, shits and giggles and sunshine and rainbow. No, they have beef amongst each other. There's beef between the LGBT men, the homosexual men, and the masculine homosexual women. There's beef there. There's beef there. Okay, because that homosexual man thinks that he is still good to fight a dyking sister. So to him, you a man. And LGBT men in the community, at least, I can't speak for other communities, but in the community, they don't mind putting their hands on a woman because they feel like they're more woman than you. Haven't you guys seen the entitlement from the trans community? They feel like they're more woman than you. Okay.
Right. Whatever this is, he kept inside of. Now, how has the store and the company responded to employees after the shooting? Have you heard from anyone to reach out to you, make sure you're okay, you're doing all right, do you have what you need?
I haven't heard from anyone officially. I have talked to my other coworkers, and they've asked that, if I was okay. There were coworkers outside of the store last night, of course, after everything happened. So we were all checking in with each other. Someone did come up to me and get my first and last name and make sure that, you know, I was accounted for in the group of the employees, but I haven't spoken to like any like corporate or any like a store managers or anything like that. No, not yet. No, sir.
You know, Brianna, I must say,
I ain't gonna lie, Brianna is setting it up very nicely for a lawsuit. Okay. This is setting up very nicely for a lawsuit for some of the individuals who were traumatized by this event, especially the employees. They definitely have grounds to sue for emotional distress, emotional damage. So, you know, I really think that we're going to start to see lawsuits come out of this as well.
I'm just so impressed with how strong you are in this moment. It's a terrifying situation. I mean, have you learned, I mean, it's early, but have you learned something about yourself and about life? Or is that just a ridiculous question?
No, not ridiculous at all. I would honestly say, even though it is still early, I know that I'm handling and I know it's going to set in more, but I know that I'm handling this a lot better than most people. So I would just say it's definitely taught me how strong I am. And just to really live life to the fullest. Like I'm 28 and I have a 4-year-old son, and that.
Damn, hold up. Oh, shit. Hey, yo, that threw me off. That threw me because I'm sitting here thinking, you know, this is an LGBT sister. She's dyking out here, and she got a 4-year-old son. What did I tell you guys about there's no such thing as, and she is not a lipstick lesbian by all means, you know, God bless her soul, but there's no such thing as a lipstick lesbian. She's either taken dick before, currently taking dick, or will take dick in the future. There's no, like, guys, even the girls who look the most butch, the most dykish, like, they're taking dick as well. She took dick 4 years ago. She took dick 4 years ago. 4 years ago is not a long time. The last time she was penetrated allegedly was in 2018. So, this woman has a child, you know, and shout out to her. Seems like a great put together mother, working, doing what she needs. I don't know if she has a woman involved helping her raise the child. But these are the type of confusing situations that modern day children are being brought up into. Okay? Because she's giving off the butch vibe and then may also date women. And now the son is being raised by two women. It's just confusing. Okay? It's just confusing. I'm not saying that the child is going to come out broken, but I think that the odds are increased if this is the scenario of their upbringing, for sure. For sure. How could it not be? When you see other people, you know, having father-daughter dances or father-son events, and, you know, their mother is coming to the event dressed like a man. So it can be very confusing, guys. It really can, okay, for children. So you got to watch out for it. I would have never guessed it, but here we are. Shorty is tatted up like a gangster, and here she is taking dick 4 years ago.
Seeing my life flash before my eyes, I feel like it definitely taught me that life can literally be taken from you at the blink of an eye. Like, you can be doing something as innocently as trying to go to work, and your life can get taken from you that fast. So I would just say, just reach out to the ones you love, keep an open relationship with them, do your best. Like,
I ain't gonna lie, Shorty got a deeper voice than me. Shorty got a bigger, thicker Adam's apple than your boy Jenquavius. How about that?
Just be a good person, because at the end of the day, you genuinely never know when you will look your child or your mother in their eyes again.
Amen to that. Breonna Tyler, we want to thank you very much.
Breonna Tyler, very close to Breonna Taylor. I wanted to say it earlier, but I thought some people were going to put the Breonna Taylor jokes in the chat.
Much for being with us. We want to wish you a happy Thanksgiving, and the thanks that you have for making it out, you know, communicates something to all of us. So thank you very much for being with us.
Thank you. No problem. I appreciate you.
All right. So there goes that interview there. Very insightful from the sister Breonna Tyler. She was very articulate, eloquent, little confusing when it comes to the sexuality, but all in all, a great account of what happened that night. So shout out to that sister, Breonna Tyler. I wish her and her 4-year-old son the best.
We just did the motherfucking actors. He waited till everybody was in that motherfucking break room. And you know what? I saw him when you were in the office.
Like the video, share the video, guys. This is video account of the initial shooting reaction and what happened.
You all right? No.
I know. I'm talking about, are you all right?
So very scary situation. You have the sister here crying.
You call your son?
I just played dead. My phone in there.
Oh,
She says she just played dead and her son is in there.
okay.
I just played dead.
That shit crazy, y'all. Bro, come in this bitch on some old. He it's wild though, bro. It was the
So bro is finna explain what happened. Listen up.
manager, one of the managers. Shit is savage out here. I'm Holdo, y'all.
That bitch said, I need a motherfucking cigarette. Listen to the talk in the background. This is very important, guys. This is how the community is coping and reacting to the situation. The first thing you're thinking of is, I need a motherfucking cigarette to calm my nerves. So we're going straight to intoxicating ourselves in order to cope with this traumatic experience. It's not how you deal with trauma, guys.
This shit ain't goddamn. Yeah.
Dude, and it was like 2:09. I was about to walk.
Okay, so that was a piece of the video. I have more. Okay, so we got the 6-minute video of bro telling us exactly what the fuck happened on the scene. You guys, you're not gonna get this from anywhere else. Hey, like, comment, share, and subscribe. Subscribe to the channel. Like, follow the Twitch, the Rumble, all that. My Twitter, guys. Instagram. You're gonna have to follow me on other platforms because I don't know how long I will be on YouTube. Guys, I mean, they're stopping me in my tracks. You're never going to find this information. You're never going to find all these videos congregated on one platform like mine. So, hey, go ahead, like the video, share the video. Hit that Super Trap, that Cash App, that PayPal. Well, we don't have Super Trap. I need to stop saying that. But support the channel, buy the merch. Let's get it.
Please. He said, get the fuck out of here.
Ooh, okay, run it back.
Yeah. Wendy said, Andre, please. He said, get the fuck out of here.
Ooh. That nigga said, get the fuck out of here.
We just did the motherfucking actors. He waited till everybody was in that motherfucking break.
You heard what she said. She said, Andre, please. Andre, please. He said, get the fuck out of here. Woo! Run that back.
Yeah. Wendy said, Andre, please. He said, get the fuck out of here.
Ooh, so it sounds like Wendy may have been the first person to encounter the shooter, and she said, Andre, please. And Andre replied, get the fuck out of here. Let's run it back.
Yeah. Wendy said, Andre, please. He said, get the fuck out of here. We just did the motherfucking actors. He waited till everybody was in that motherfucking break room. And you know, I saw him when you were in the office.
You all right?
No.
I'm all right.
Very sad.
You call your son?
I just played dead. My phone in there.
Oh, okay.
I just played dead.
That shit crazy, y'all. Bro, come in this bitch on some old. He it's wild though, bro. It was the manager, one of the managers. Shit is savage out here. I'm Holdo, y'all. This shit ain't goddamn. Yeah.
Dude, and it was like 2:09. I was about to walk in.
I'm good. This shit ain't nothing to me. Broke
You hear you hear what that nigga said? He said, I come from this. This shit don't mean nothing to me. We talked about how this was normalized in the community. He said, I come from this. This shit don't mean nothing to me. He said this shit didn't faze him at all. He said, I'm like that. I come from this hood shit where niggas crash out every day, B. That's what I told you. That's a mentality in situations like this. Niggas die every day, B. Niggas die every day, B.
Yeah, I'm good. You know, I come for this.
He said, I'm good. He's smiling. Not a care in the world, y'all. Not a care in the world. He ain't afraid that white supremacy is gonna pull up and air the block out because a super gremlin crashed out. He ain't afraid that these KKK slave catchers who responded to the scene are gonna tell him to put his phone down. No recording the evidence. He has no care in the world, y'all. He said, I come from this. What does that say about the community? What do you mean you come from this?
This shit ain't nothing to me. Bro blew his brains out and everything.
Damn.
Andre. That's like he killed the girl in there and everything. He came in that bitch, started spraying and shit. He killed Brian. Oh, no. Yeah, shit savage, yo. I'm sorry for the victims. That shit.
Yep. So, who they were referring to was Brian Pendleton. Killed Brian, bruh. Killed my nigga Brian.
It's sad, man. Brian, janitor. Little Brian. Yeah. Little Brian with the cornrows, janitor. That's what they said. Sarah on the ground, well, over there.
The shooting guy? The guy's on the ground?
No, Sarah's on the ground.
Who is that shooting?
Andre.
Andre?
Andre.
Andre?
Yeah.
Manager guy?
Yeah.
Why he shooting everybody?
I couldn't tell y'all. I don't know.
What the hell?
So obviously the employees knew who the shooter was when it happened. Shout out to Nate Campbell. He said, Lil Brian, the janitor? Yeah, everybody got a nickname in this damn Walmart.
Yeah, manager. Nigga, it just got real up here, y'all. That's crazy. I'm gonna go ahead and move that off. The body's over there, so out of respect, let me go ahead and move. Yeah, y'all. Man, I'm talking about just left out the break room. Manager come in there, started capping people up in there. Started shooting, bro. Like, I'm whole though, y'all. Sadly though, we lost a few of our associates. I don't know how many. I'm not gonna speak on it. I'm not gonna show it because I ain't like that. But I'm whole, y'all. The story is that. I mean, I came in, goddamn, shooting. Goddamn, yeah.
Bro, I was just about to come here and get some snacks.
Ain't getting them now. But pretty much, the manager came in here, started dumping, man. As soon as I left out the break room, he went in there, man. By the grace of God, yo. Man, I don't know. That shit wild. Probably about 2 or 3. I'm talking about. It was crazy because, we coming out from where we at, man, I hear all of this before. So it's like, I'm thinking it won't nothing. But then I started hearing them getting closer. So, shit, I booked it. I seen everybody run. I booked it too. Shit, I got up out of there. But yeah, right before Thanksgiving. But yeah, fella, I ain't gonna, you know what I'm saying, turn the camera, you know what I'm saying, show no bodies or none of that weird shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm built different. I ain't doing all that. Don't ask. Manager.
So you heard what my man said? He said he built different. He ain't finna show them bodies like they showed Takeoff's body. And honestly, like I said, I think that all the information should be put out there. I think that people need to see what's going on with their bare eyes, man. I really do. So I'm not the person who's gonna say, hey, don't put it out and all that kind of stuff, because I think that we need to see this. Okay, I think it's important for the community to understand what's really going on.
Shot a couple people here. A couple people was hit. I'm gonna let y'all see, but I ain't gonna show y'all no bodies or nothing, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, it's real out here, y'all. This ain't no game. Ain't no game. Sadly, Walmart on Battlefield. Call your peoples if they work up here, check on them if you ain't heard from them. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man. Sad. He waited. Yeah, he plotted this. You can tell he plotted this shit. That's crazy though. I left my jacket. It's cold as a fuck out here. I don't think I got another jacket. Ugh. Yeah, y'all, this shit wild out here.
Lee, bro. Yo, man. I mean, the way that this is being dealt with by the people who are on the scene is, I mean, it's pretty sad. Obviously, there were women who were very distressed, but I mean, and my man's doing a great job of in-field reporting. But it really just seems like, man, hey, niggas die every day, B. That's really the attitude that I'm getting from this.
Word up. Left my coffee. Niggas just watched the active shooter video. That's the whole crazy shit.
Mm.
And he did it. And he did it. But man, that man a coward for that, bro. You kill people that ain't did nothing to you. Like, you soft for that. He lucky he blew his brains out. That's some weird shit.
So you heard what he said. He said he murked somebody who didn't even do nothing to him. Let's run it back.
Word up. Left my coffee.
He worried about his damn coffee, talking about he left my coffee. That's wild.
Niggas just watched the active shooter video. That's the whole crazy shit. And he did it. And he did it. But man, that man a coward for that, bro. You kill people that ain't did nothing to you.
So he said you kill people that did nothing to you. Was there somebody who did something to him? Was that a thing?
You soft for that. He lucky he blew his brains out. That's some weird shit. That shit crazy though.
The crazy thing is, I literally clocked it and was literally
No cap though. I literally walked out the break room, right? And as soon as I probably about no less than 5 minutes, I'm like, and then I start hearing shooting Byron. That shit crazy. I done left my fucking jacket in there. It's fucking cold. It's ice. I think I got me.
So there you have it. On the scene reporting. That's what it is, guys. That's exactly what happened, how it happened, who did it. Let's listen to what the police have to say. Any more details that they can give us. We're going to take this in, guys. Man. It's really getting wild out here. You have to be careful. They are not playing out here. Man. We're living in some different times, for sure. Living in some different times, and the usual suspect is no longer the usual suspect, at least when it comes to these mass shootings. So,
Fire Chief Ed Elliott. Elliott is Elliott. Standing next to him is Police Chief Mark Selesky, Mark. Selesky is Solesky. And then to my immediate left is our City Manager, Chris Price, common spelling. Going to ask the City Manager to come up and give some remarks. After that, Chief Selesky is going to come up and give an update to the incident that occurred. And then after that, we'll take some questions. For future updates after that, we're going to be posting to our city's Twitter account, which is @AboutChesapeake. It's the official Twitter account for the city of Chesapeake. So with that, Mr. Price.
Thank you. I know it pains all of us to be together today on this day of incredible tragedy and unimaginable sadness. Chesapeake's a wonderful place. We come together when times are good. We come together when times are difficult. I know that we're going through very, very difficult days today and in the days ahead, but we will get through this. Mayor West was unable to join us today. He's tested positive for COVID, but he has asked me to read a statement. I am devastated by the senseless act of violence that took place last night in our city. My prayers are with all of those affected, the victims, their family, their friends, and their coworkers. I'm grateful for the quick actions taken by our first responders who rushed to the scene. Chesapeake is a tight-knit community, and we are all shaken by this news. Together, we will support each other throughout this time. Please keep us in your prayers. Before I turn it over to Chief Selesky, I'd like to make a few remarks. First of all, I'm very, very proud of the response of our public safety team and our other first responders, including those in human services and mental health. You hope a day like this never comes, but we train for it. We practice, we talk about it, we discuss, we learn lessons from other places. We try to put those lessons to good use, hoping that those lessons will never have to be put to use. But it's kept us in good standing today, and hopefully we'll continue to do so in the challenging days ahead.
I'm not trying to minimize what they did, but I mean, all they did was pull up and he deleted himself. So the heavy lifting was pretty much OV, but shout out to the police for the response time. But I mean, he did most of the heavy lifting.
Also wanted to let everyone know that we as a city and a leadership team have been in very close communication throughout the evening with Mayor West and with the Chesapeake City Council. They've been fully briefed on everything that's going on, from our response to what's moving forward in the days ahead, as well as Governor Youngkin and his staff, the Attorney General and his team, members of our federal and state delegations, several of whom are here today. And I want to let you all know that we are united in our support for the victims, their families, their co-workers, and our entire community. And we do ask that you pray with us for everyone impacted by this tragedy. And I'll now turn it over to Chief Selesky.
Good morning. We are truly saddened at the tragedy that took place in our community last night. We are all praying for the family, friends, and co-workers of everyone that's affected by this senseless violence. I want to say to them that your Chesapeake community is here for you and will continue to be here for you during the difficult days, months, and years ahead. Chesapeake first responders are well trained for such incidents. They responded immediately and will continue to do the work of investigating and answering questions in the days to come. We also appreciate the multi-agency response we've received, and I'll now go over a timeline of events for you. Our 911 dispatch center received the first call at 10:12 p.m. last night. The first officers arrived on scene within 2 minutes at 10:14 and entered the store approximately 2 minutes later at 10:16. The first responding officers entered the store and the scene was declared safe by 11:20 p.m. I would like to express our sincere thanks for the immediate assistance we received from the Chesapeake Fire Department, the Chesapeake Commonwealth Attorney's Office, the Virginia Beach Police Department, the Virginia State Police, the FBI, and the ATF. While our investigation continues, we can tell you the following. 6 victims have died. 4 victims are in area hospitals with conditions unknown at this time. And the suspect is dead from what we believe was a self-inflicted gunshot wound.
Wow.
The Chesapeake Police SWAT team executed a search warrant at the suspect's residence, and with the help of the Virginia State Police, we cleared the house. We have reason to believe that there's no risk to the public at this time. Again, while this investigation is ongoing, I'll go ahead and take a few questions now. We cannot tell you the identity of the shooter because his next of kin has not been notified.
Yes, sir.
There have been a lot of reports that the shooter was an employee of the Wal Mart. Can you confirm?
Yes, we can confirm that. He wanted to know, was the shooter an employee of Walmart? And we were able to confirm that. I can't confirm that. You'd have to check with Walmart to be sure. A pistol is all we were able to say at this time.
Ms. Miller, did you have a question?
Can you confirm, or do you know if these attacks were targeted against any specific employees or if this individual was shooting at random?
We don't know at this time. The investigation's still ongoing, so there's no clear motive at this time.
Mr. Hall, what is do we know if the victims are also all employees?
We can't confirm that at this time. I don't have that information. I'm sorry. Yeah.
It was said that the shooting happened in the break room. Was the door locked behind this individual after the shooting started? Was it? Can you share any more information about what happened inside the break room?
I cannot. Like I said, the investigation's still ongoing. We'll be processing that scene for days.
So obviously, the brother who worked at Walmart has a lot more information than the police, or at least he provided a lot more information than the police is willing to provide at this time. So sounds a little, redundant listening to this after the brother already explained what went down, what occurred. But I do want you guys to get a sense of how this is being reported on.
Really not sure, and I'd hate to put out misinformation.
Yes, ma'am.
No, ma'am, not at this time. Not that I'm aware of at this time. Like I said, the investigation's still ongoing.
There were no other weapons aside from a pistol that were used?
Not that I'm aware of at this time.
Sir, can you tell us approximately where the suspect's body was located?
I cannot, not at this time. I didn't go in the store myself, and like I said, it's still being. Yeah, I don't know that at this time.
Was there anybody outside?
I can't confirm that right now.
Just to confirm, the shooter was a male. They gathered from what you're.
Yes.
And can you tell the shooter's age?
I don't have that at this time.
Mr. Hall?
I was going to ask, do you know, was the shooter dead by the time officers found the suspect?
As far as I know, he was, yes.
First, I believe the person said it was 5. Was the person there?
I can't really hear these questions that they're asking either, so.
I don't know that. I know there's 4 there now.
And then the other thing that I have, I'm hearing that the suspect may have been playing some type of loud, hardcore type of music. Have you heard that or been able to confirm that as it was going on?
I can't confirm that at this time.
Yes, sir. You said that the
So he asked the officer if he could confirm that the suspect was playing some loud, hardcore music. I don't know if he's referring to hardcore hip hop, heavy metal, rock and roll, whatever. But he asked if the suspect was playing loud, hardcore music while he was performing this heinous act.
Yeah, as I said, at this time, we believe it was a self-inflicted gunshot wound.
can
itself was active in the store before it dropped off?
I don't have that information at this time.
Do you, do you have the range of the age of the victim?
I don't.
And what happens next at this time?
Well, the investigation is still ongoing, like I said, so we have to process the scene, which could take days.
Do you know approximately how many customers were inside the Walmart at the time?
I don't have that information, no.
But the store was open?
Yes, it was.
Would it close at 11?
I don't know that.
Chief, witness said that the suspect was glad to be inside the street. Can you confirm that?
I cannot confirm that.
Was there a security guard, a Walmart security guard there on the premises at all?
Not that I'm aware of. You'd have to reach out to Walmart for that.
So she asked if there was a Walmart security guard. He said not that he's aware. You'd have to reach out to Walmart for that.
I don't have that information. I'm sorry. I don't want to give you misinformation. I don't have it.
So it seems like he don't want to answer no damn questions.
I can't confirm that. You'd have to reach out to Walmart for that. As far as I know, he was a current employee.
And you may not be able to answer this as well.
Sure.
Do you know if the Walmart is going to be closed? I imagine.
I guess it froze up. Let's see.
Is there a reason?
Yes, ma'am.
Is there a reason the next of kin hasn't been notified yet?
I don't know why, whether or not they're having trouble figuring out who is next of kin are and where they are.
I guess the one you said that you don't believe the community is in danger. What leads you to believe that? What in the community know that there's not any further threat? I guess not. That believe this person acted alone.
As far as we know now, yes, and that he's deceased.
Right, any further information, we'll conclude that at this point. So any information going forward will be pushed out through our city's official Twitter account, which is @AboutChesapeake.
Oh man. So there you have it. Very rough scene. The police aren't giving much information, but this is the new normal, guys. It is the new normal. So let's look at how they initially covered this mass shooting.
Anybody there that could interfere with the investigation or with helping people out there.
Sarah, I'm just curious, are you able to see the identification on any of the emergency vehicles, and has there been a response from any other jurisdictions? I know you're far away, but I'm just wondering if you saw.
So right now, right. Yeah, absolutely. Right now, our understanding is most of the response came from Chesapeake, but we were told there was a state trooper vehicle out here, so that might tell us more. Outside agencies are on their way to assist. Some might already be there, but again, like you said, we are pretty far away. It's hard to see a lot of what the markings are on these cars at this point, but the response was mostly Chesapeake.
Right. We get that you're far away. We're just curious if by chance you saw vehicles coming from Virginia Beach or Norfolk or Portsmouth or
I
wherever.
can imagine mutual aid would start to kick in here. But we also have reported there's no secret that we have a shortage of officers in a lot of cities and first responders. So this is quite a busy night. And now we have a map up here where you can kind of get a better perspective of where we're talking about. This is it's just a very busy area there in Chesapeake. Teetering on Greenbrier. It's off of North Battlefield Boulevard. This is at the Walmart on Sam's Circle off of Battlefield Boulevard. And the call came in for the shooting just after 10 o'clock tonight. Multiple people are dead. Police believe the shooter is also dead. Police say there are less than 10 fatalities. Sarah just told us there was a body outside of the store. We don't have all the details right now. We are working to learn more.
And clearly they'll be on the scene for a long, long time, well into the morning, obviously, at least, trying to figure out what they have here, and hopefully be able to give us an update at some point so that we can give that information to you. But again, you see across your screen there, the police have told us that multiple people have been killed in a shooting at this Walmart shortly after 10 o'clock tonight. And again, as Nicole has mentioned, I think this is important to mention again, that the reunification center that's been set up at the Chesapeake Conference Center.
That's right. It's about, as I look, it's about 7 miles away.
Right.
Off of Greenbrier Parkway. I'm looking at this map here on my phone. So that, yeah, from Sam Circle where this is. And again, we mentioned we're 2 days away from Thanksgiving.
Right.
For many people, today was the last day of school, last day of work, a time to get back together with their families, a time to get out and shop and start preparing for their...
Yeah, I mean, just going to a Thanksgiving meal is not going to hit the same when you just lost so many loved ones. It's a very different vibe for the holidays. I mean, this guy just destroyed everybody's holiday, everybody's fourth quarter of the year. For what, man? These super gremlins are on demon time.
Their family gatherings. So this is something else. And of course, this is days after we've reported on a shooting in Colorado Springs, and then the shooting on the grounds of University of Virginia.
Yeah. It's tough. We understand that our Angelique Garantok has found someone to talk to out there who might give us a better perspective of what happened.
So we got more witnesses. Let's get it.
She's doing that right now. So stand by as we reconnect with her whenever she can give us some more information. So stay with us for that as we continue to work this story from a distance, but yet we're working all of our sources to be able to give you the latest information. It's just at this point, we're waiting as you are waiting, and we appreciate you trusting us and waiting with us.
It is important to let you know we are working every angle of this. We have a team in the newsroom. Our Daybreak team has been in the building now. They're making calls, they are making emails, they are listening to scanners, they are following social media to try to get an idea of exactly what's going on here. But you see the large presence of first responders there at that Walmart in Sam's Circle. It's just quite a mess tonight.
Yeah, it really is. We're going to reconnect with Angelique Garantok in a minute here just to see what else that she can give us from her perspective in talking with people out there. And we also understand that we're going to get some information here shortly from the Chesapeake Police Department. We have no idea what that will be, but we are working to get that, and we hope to have that and bring that to you just as quickly as we do get it. All right. Let's bring Sarah Hammond back into this. Sarah, what more can you tell us?
Guys, like we keep saying, it is a very, very fluid situation. Information is still coming in. We're waiting on another update from Chesapeake Police, but I do think it's important to reiterate that they do not believe there is an ongoing threat at this time. They do believe it was just one shooter, and they do believe that person is dead at this point. So they are saying they do not believe there is an ongoing threat to the community. But again, this whole area is blocked off. Do not try to come to this Walmart if you think you have a friend or a loved one here. Go to the Chesapeake Convention Center to reunite with them. And just a little while ago, we spoke with a spokesperson from the Chesapeake Police Department who told us about next steps in this investigation this morning.
Right now, it's just that it's an open crime scene. It's an active investigation. We have officers inside, detectives responding. We're still coming through the building to look for more victims, both injured or deceased. So, we'll kind of provide that care at this point before we turn it completely over to the criminal investigation section. At that point, it becomes just a full-fledged, essentially a homicide investigation.
Yeah, man. Buddy was definitely dropping bodies. You know, Community cannot blame white supremacy for this one. As you guys know, that is a common narrative going on. But, I mean, it's looking ugly, guys. It really is. We're trying to find ways to find solutions, and awareness is the biggest step. So
That's why you got to share this channel. That's why you got to share these videos, because it can go down at any moment, and you want to have the knowledge to prepare yourself for when these super gremlins get on demon time.
Your life is my failure. What? You messed it up. I messed it up for you. What? Sitting in some shitty ass cubicle? Wiping the white man's ass? Oh, the white man. White man ain't your problem. Not yet. No, I don't have problems. Shit, I solve them. You know, your fear. Let the worst thing Dad did come true for you. For us, that's bullshit. He never cared about anybody but himself. He said he was working for the people, but as soon as somebody crossed him, what'd he do? He threw them right under the bus. And here you are talking about the white man's ass when everybody gotta kiss your ass, or else. I help people. Help people. My God, you listen to yourself? God damn, nigga. What about Mr. Wright? What about him? What about Kevin and even Rob, or man, boy, your dad? And all the niggas you and your little motherfucking minions done plotted on in between. Tiana, Khadijah, Lenny, Carvel, him, her, him, bodies.
Again, like we keep saying, there are multiple fatalities, multiple injuries. They say they believe there are less than 10 fatalities at this point. But again, like you just heard, they are in there continuing to sweep the store to find any other victims if there are any.
Sarah, thank you for that update. That gives us a little bit better, Nicole, perspective on what is going on. But they are searching inside that Walmart as well for people who could be wounded.
Yeah, and I'm just getting a text from someone who I know who says that she had just left that Walmart less than 40 minutes before this happened, had gone to Dollar Tree next door to it, was driving home, literally had to pull over to let the first police car go by the scene. In less than a minute, I counted 16 police cars, 2 fire trucks, and as of now, there are about 40 police cars on the scene, and she's just praising God for saving her. This is something else here in Chesapeake.
That reunification center is the Chesapeake Conference Center. So if you are looking for a loved one, that's the point that police are saying that's where you go. So it's the Chesapeake Conference Center. As you said, it's only about 6 or 7 miles from this actual scene, but it's the conference center. Let's bring Angelique Arentalk back into the discussion. Aaron and Angelique, we understand you just talked with someone, hopefully can provide us with a little more information.
Right. So what we're seeing from this vantage point, so we're closer to the intersection with Battlefield Boulevard, we're seeing at least, or moments ago, we saw at least one police cruiser actually pull up here with a couple Walmart employees. So they were inside the store at the time of the shooting because they needed to get to some cars around here. I spoke with a couple employees inside that car who tell me, I could tell they were still in shock. They were nervous. And of course, most importantly, perhaps they were just sad. They said to me that they knew the shooter very, very well. And according to police who have said this throughout the evening, that they believe the single shooter in this instance is dead and that there are multiple fatalities or injuries from inside the store.
So guys, I do want to kind of read some reaction from Twitter. I do want to cover some of that as well. How the narrative is being spun on Twitter. So this comes from Vice President Kamala Harris and Douglas Emhoff. So it says, our hearts go out to the families of the victims and the entire Chesapeake, Virginia community. Today, it is tragic that this continues to happen. Americans should be able to go to the grocery store without the fear of violence, much less death. So let's read some of the comments. Somehow the divide between those that have and those that slave is wider than ever. 99% of everything belongs to 1%. Somehow the natural resources of mankind belongs to a few individuals. Everyone knows it is not right and it cannot stand. I don't know what that has to do with this shooting. So what are we going to do about it? I grew up in California practicing fire drills, earthquake drills, and nuclear fallout drills. They were scary, but we knew the likelihood of these disasters happening were rare or remote. Today's kids do active shooter drills. Shootings are happening daily. It's the guns, is what one individual says. This was an employee against employee shooting. It had nothing to do with a grocery store. We are really starting to think these acts of violence are being motivated by the current administration. Look at who is doing these shootings, he meant. Okay, so he's obviously understanding where the majority of these mass shootings are coming from. Shout out to my guy Roderick with a $10 Cash App. He says, for the raw news. Okay, so appreciate that, Roderick. Your contribution is greatly appreciated.
Oh, say less.
Okay, gun control, Kamala. It works in every other country. More guns do not make people more safe. Thoughts and prayers have been tried and have failed. So this is from a elderly woman, it seems. Okay. Somebody said, nice word salad, step down. I'm dead. So obviously, Twitter is asking for gun control, it appears. The woman who quoted this tweet says, shush it. Neither one of you even know what happened, which is evident by this tweet. The manager, Andre Bing, walked into and shot people in the break room and a gun-free Walmart. He shot and killed his coworkers. All right. So it says Andre Bing. There was reason that name came out extremely slow. Leave it at that. So they're saying that they're suspicious as to why he wasn't put out there ASAP. Okay. So let's see. They have more information on Andre Bing, which I'm looking into now. Yeah. So yeah, it looks like he was actually maybe on Instagram Live before he even did this, or Facebook Live or something, where he was seen smiling and the front camera was facing up to him from a downward position. Yeah, so this is Facebook. So wow, very interesting here. The mass shooting at Walmart was by Walmart manager Andre Bing on a shooting spree. QAnon Trumpsters won't blame the mayor of Chesapeake, Virginia, or the governor of Virginia, as they're Republicans. But if either one of them had been Democrat, then they'd blame him instead of the shooter. Okay, so obviously some partisan beefs over this shooting. I'm surprised you shared the crime committed by Andre Bing, and he is replying to Barack Obama, who tweeted, "We can and must do more to reduce gun violence in America." And he linked the story. I noticed it as well. Virginia was all trending in ish. Then suddenly all went quiet because this is the gunman, Andre Bing, a black dude. So he's saying that the trending mass shooting was snuffed out. Chesapeake Walmart shooter Andre Bing feuded with co-workers and said disturbing things to staff. And this is from the New York Post. Let's see some of the things that he is quoted saying. And okay, here we go. We have that video from the Facebook that we can share really quickly. I'm trying to go deep on this one, guys, and get all the information. So let's listen up here, see what we got. So I don't know if they're going to actually play that. So they didn't even play the damn video. That's bullshit. All right. Let's see. The gunman named in the Walmart shooting in Virginia that killed 6 was disturbing, known to feud with co-workers, had a hostile attitude. Andre Bing, the store's overnight team lead, was someone who new hires whom new hires avoided, according to Brianna Tyler, who started working for the Chesapeake store about 2 months ago and miraculously survived Tuesday night's bloodshed. He was a manager to look out for because there was always something going on with him, just having an issue with someone, but I never expected it to get to this level. Let's see. So then they're saying that he was condescending, lacking good communication skills, and said he was quite mean to a lot of us. Do y'all think he could have been a diversity hire? Do y'all think he could have, been an affirmative action hire because he checked off multiple boxes, LGBT, obviously a Negro, okay? So, that could have been that as well. I mean, come on. He didn't really have any leadership skills, so I'm trying to figure out why he was promoted in this way. Could be because of his tenure. I mean, he was there for a long time. He was always saying that the government was watching him. He didn't like social media, and he kept black tape on his camera phone. Well, I mean, join the rest of us, guys. Join the rest of us. The government's watching us all. So it really, at this point, unless they're actively interfering, really doesn't matter. I mean, if anything, like shit, I would have more gripe to. I mean, not to the point where niggas is crashing out, but I could say, oh well, they're against me, social media and all this bullshit. But at the end of the day, like, it is what it is. You can't control what you can't control. Gives a fuck. I mean, obviously, I would love to be a successful YouTuber, but doesn't look like that is in the deck of cards, especially with the type of censorship that's coming out nowadays. Everyone always thought something was wrong with him. Okay, so that. Okay. Let's see. He didn't say a word when he started shooting. So yeah, that's pretty much what's going on there. Let's keep going. So this is a picture of one of the sisters who was deleted in this mass shooting. Wal Mart manager and BLM activist. Okay, so they're saying that he was a BLM activist. And Coulter also tweeted about this. It's been 11 hours, and we still don't know the name of the Walmart manager who shot up this store. Coulter rule activated, so I guess that's some code for it was a brother. This woman says, I've been looking up information about this man all day, and you just made that up. He had no social media presence to even support this argument. Just another weirdo with a gun and a chip on his shoulder. So the sister is chalking it up to, it's just another weirdo with a gun. Let's see what Ann Coulter's replies are looking like. 10 people are dead, but your jokes make it seem all right. So people are coming down on her. And the Club Q Pew Pew turns out to be a non-binary they them, which we'll also get into. That's what the attorney said, the attorney of the deleter. I'm going to reserve my judgment based on that source. I keep hearing we need to wait until the facts come out. Let's do that. And while what you claim may be true, different pronouns doesn't preclude a hate crime. Okay. Okay. So keep immigrants, deport the racists. Okay. I don't know what Coulter rule, but I'm intrigued. If you live in Virginia, you do. Black male manager shot up employees in break room. I'm not sure why his color makes a difference, but that's the age we are in. 7 deaths, including shooter that took his own life. Okay. You really are a horrible person. Somebody is replying to Ann Coulter. Okay. So they're saying Andre Bing doesn't fit the narrative, like we all know. They're saying Democrats deciding if they should care about a mass shooting. And obviously, the brown paper bag test. And then somebody links this diversity is our strength thing with the mass shooters of 2021. Obviously, very colorful here. So there's definitely race wars in the Twitter comment section, if you will. Arguments going back and forth. Okay, so obviously they're getting petty in the comments section. I mean, they're pointing out the facts. It's an unfortunate reality. The community is on fire. We have too many people crashing out. So again, here are the victims. Okay. Oh man. Very tough situation. Let's see if we have any more on this. Nope. So that seems like
the shooter was identified.
Seems like pretty much it on the Andre Bing situation. We'll go back to the initial reports, try and find more info.
The employees inside the car, a couple of them in there told me that they just had to resort to hiding in the bathroom, and they heard those gunshots ring out just after 10 o'clock this evening inside a store that was still open at the time. So just giving you a look at what the scene looks like right now from where we are standing, still a very much active first responder scene here with fire crews, police crews, and police tape up. Again, we're at the intersection closer to Battlefield Boulevard, so not a lot of onlookers at this point, but this is a very much closely watched scene when you talk about people trying to keep up with the latest about this incident.
Angelique, let's clarify here. You said you talked to some folks who they say they work in the store and they knew the shooter. Did they mention if the shooter works there?
Yes. No, they did not say. So yes, I did speak with a couple of people who work inside the store. All they would tell me is that they knew the shooter very, very well, and that is all. And according to police, of course, they say that the single suspected shooter in this case is dead.
And we know it is a superstore. It's huge. You have an area with groceries. You have an area with the department store. Did they give you any idea what area of the store? So not the section of the store, from what I can recall in our conversation, they did say they had to hide in the bathroom. So I'm not sure where the bathroom is or if there are multiple bathrooms at this superstore.
But you say they were definitely very much shaken up by what had happened.
Yeah, at first I believe they couldn't even get out some words when I first came up to the car. I think they're understandably shaken up at this point and just sad. As you mentioned, this is days before Thanksgiving, as people were trying to go into the store to get things for their Thanksgiving meal. Of course, this is so terribly sad, happening days before that holiday.
Yeah, one can only imagine. Angelique, thank you for that update, and we'll let you continue to work this story for us, and you just let us know if you have any new information.
And we are hearing, yes, that we will get some more information, get an update from police in about 20 minutes on this shooting, mass shooting at the Wal Mart on Sam Circle off of North Battlefield Boulevard in Chesapeake tonight.
The picture that we are getting from inside that store is bad.
You can't imagine it. Just cannot imagine. If, like we said, you just run out, you want to get something at the last minute. We know these days people use shoppers, and Walmart does have delivery, and sometimes they deliver late and they pick up late because they have groceries and they have other items, with the department store. So it could have been very, very busy inside that superstore at 10 after 10.
Absolutely, yeah. Sarah in the booth, you're telling me we have more information about the reunification center.
Okay, so there now you can see the distance between the shooting and the reunification center. As we mentioned, that Walmart is off of North Battlefield Boulevard. The reunification center is off of Greenbrier Parkway. And you see, I think that's Greenbrier Circle there. I've been there because there are a few things. There's a hotel. It's the Chesapeake Conference Center there, which is being used as the family reunification area where police.
All right, guys. So I do have the video before he started shooting. So let's get into this really quick and see what bro was talking about. Let's listen up.
Remember that it was nice. It was fun. Yeah,
we were driving in the back.
We was driving in the back, and I was parking it and everything. Must have been my day off. Matter of fact, it's more fun than driving a car to me.
Facebook Live, and that's Andre. Support man.
See, that just goes to show you right there, bro. You never know who gonna snap. Dude looked all happy. They was having fun with him, and he might have been a little sweet or whatever. But did you see he didn't seem like a psycho. Like, and who knows what made him snap, man? You got to be careful, bro. You never know who gonna snap, bro. You never know. RIP, condolences to all those people that lost their life tonight and they got injured. It's crazy.
Yeah. So that's it, guys. That's pretty much it. I don't know how we can exhaust the rest of the information that we have. Let's see. It seems like we pretty much got all the info that we needed. We don't have a specific motive. All we know is that he felt like he was being watched. He felt like the government, quote unquote, was out to get him. We got one more clip that we can listen to try and find, maybe some more insight as to what happened. But yeah, let's keep it going.
Police haven't. Ike Jochi joins us now live from Chesapeake, Virginia. We've also got ABC News senior investigative reporter Aaron Katursky and ABC News contributor, former police chief for San Bernardino, California, Jared Bergwan. Ike, first, what are we learning about the victims in this case and how the community is responding?
Well, right now, this community is wrapping their hands around everybody they could. Just for the past few hours that we've seen here, we've seen a lot of people just really trickle into this Walmart, some with signs saying, if you need a prayer, if you need a hug, I'm right here. Others just gathering, simply giving people an embrace. But in terms of the people who are actually directly affected of this, we do have a little bit of new information. Now, one of the family members of one of the individuals who were in fact hurt, they came here about a couple of hours ago and they told me that their family member, their brother, their uncle was in that hospital in stable condition, however, still severely injured with a long way to go. As far as the 7 people who were killed, Walmart and law enforcement telling us that 3 of those individuals, including the shooter, were found dead inside that break room where this entire ordeal began. Another victim was found near the entrance of the store, and the last 3 victims who passed away, well, they were taken to the hospital where they later died. As far as the witnesses, I've been managed to speak to several witnesses who saw this carnage. One in particular, Kemper, he was an individual who's actually inside that break room moments before the shooting rang out. He told me that he just had some kind of premonition, some kind of feeling that told him to get out of that break room. And it wasn't just a few moments later, he heard those muffled gunshots ringing out from that break room. He told me that at that point, he made a beeline straight for the clothes hanger where he can hide. And I asked him, how long did he hide inside that clothes hanger? He told me he had no idea because time felt it stopped. But after a while, he managed to get out of there, run out of the store, and he told me that on his way out of the store, he did, in fact, see some bodies, some covered completely in blood. Again,
sheesh, man. And I mean, what a sight to see. Very horrible experience. Prayers out to the people who were directly affected and traumatized by the situation. But this is not good, guys. This is not good.
Again, a lot of the witnesses who they say this incident shocked them to the core, but they're not surprised given the frequency in which these shootings are happening in our country right now.
No question about that, Ike. Just a terrible day for them in particular, for our country, this shame, this stigma on our country, this gun violence. Aaron, investigators have identified the shooter, 31-year-old Andre Bing. What else can you tell us about where the investigation stands at this point?
They know that Andre Bing has worked for Walmart since 2010. He was an associate for the company and the supervisor of the overnight shift, which was just beginning after 10 p.m. when he burst into this break room and opened fire seemingly at random, according to eyewitnesses. Police haven't said much more about him, but Terry, workplace violence or in Colorado, hate, where Chief Bergwan was in San Bernardino, may have been extremism. At this point, what's the difference? There's easy access to guns, and increasingly in this country, people who may be angry or who may have something going on inside them are turning to violence, and particularly gun violence, in order to cope with it. And that's the newest challenge for law enforcement in the country, Terry. It's happening over and over again.
It does seem, Aaron, that's very astute, that there's almost a self-medication for a broken and twisted mind.
Yeah, so that is the point at which we saw this video as well. Let's see what else I got for you guys. We can do a little rapid fire situation. This is from the father of the shooter in the LGBT Club Q. Okay. This is from the father, and let's see, that shooter was named Aldrich, right? If I'm not mistaken. Let me see. Let me just make sure I got his information here. Did I do a video on him? I swear I went live on bro, but damn, where did that video go? Where did that video go? Okay, there it is. So yeah, it was Anderson Lee Aldrich. This is his father speaking on the homophobic stuff, I guess. I guess he's perpetuating homophobic rhetoric in his statement, it seems. So let's listen up.
Multiple people, right? And then I found later on to find it's the gay bar.
Yeah, right. And
I was like, oh my god, it's gay. I just scared. Oh my god, shit.
Obviously, looks under the influence on some type of drugs.
Gay, and he's not gay. So it's
well, you guys had conversations about that. You were.
Oh yeah,
you told him. Yeah, you were adamant that gay is bad.
I'm a Mormon. I'm a conservative Republican, and we don't do gay. We don't do gay.
Yeah.
There's a shooting involving multiple people,
right?
And then I found later on to find it's the gay bar.
Yeah, right. And
I was like, oh my god, it's gay. I just scared. Oh my god, shit, is he gay? And he's not gay. So
it's hard to understand what he's saying, but I think ultimately what he's saying is the guy did the shooting at the gay bar. People are speculating that he's gay, and he's trying to clear the air and say his son is not gay.
Well, you guys had conversations about that. You were.
Oh yeah,
you told him. Yeah, you were adamant that gay is bad.
I'm a Mormon. I'm a conservative Republican, and we don't do gay. We don't do gay.
Yeah.
I don't want my son to be held accountable and to go away forever. He's this incarceration exposure and not the death penalty is exposed here. I think he's exposed to this.
Colorado doesn't have the death penalty.
They do not. Oh, think of
it. It's life without parole if he gets convicted.
He's going to be on forever if he gets convicted.
Yeah, that man he's definitely a meth head. I can't understand a word this man is saying. He sounds worse than these super gremlins for sure. But it definitely looks like he's got some type of cauliflower ear. Maybe he experienced some head trauma. It's a lot going on with this guy.
He did this. They're reconnecting to this. He's the person who shot these people.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to have him refer to. You know what? He has to be held accountable.
He looks like the guy from Men in Black who, like the bugs were coming out of his mouth. You know. J. Lou says they're just never going to knock off this blame the guns crap. P. Ann says BGZM, the dad's a former MMA fighter, former P star, has been on divorce court and intervention. Wow. I no longer love America says, who is this Hunter Biden looking motherfucker? Nate Campbell says MMA fighter makes sense. PN says the ear is from MMA. Yep. J. Lou says he's a Mormon. Just take the first M out. He's a white punk on dope.
I hate to say it, but I'd like to say my son being incarcerated. I'd like to have a relationship with him. And I can teach him, hey, look, fighting's the way to go. You don't have to shoot people. Fight is
He said fighting's the way to go. You don't shoot people. You're supposed to duke it out. But I mean, he got stomped out at the LGBT club and he had a gun. So it doesn't look like he was the best fighter.
Way to fight. Fight someone. I don't want my son to be held accountable and to go away forever.
And then he said he doesn't want his son to be held accountable and go away forever. So that was interesting. Then we have a clip from Charleston White, who was in an interview, and he pulls the strap out on a brother. So it kind of seems like he's spiraling out of control too. We were liking some of the things that was coming from Charleston White, but it seems like now he's kind of, I don't know if he can really handle the pressure of the fame that he's experiencing. And it really does seem like he has a death wish. At least when I do my content, I'm not trying to like say, oh, I'm the biggest, baddest, hardest. I'm reporting on the news. I'm condemning the actions of these super gremlins on Demon Time, and I'm keeping it moving. But Charleston White, he's definitely playing with fire. You know, he's perpetuating, you know, the negative black male stereotype, even though he's speaking against it, which is, I find very interesting, almost even hypocritical, if you will.
When I first made a video saying, man, I heard about this kid Tuka. How the fuck can y'all be saying this shit? Nigga, his mama.
And I think with that part being said, the only thing that kind of like, I guess, bothers the Chicago community is like, if you go do that, you gotta do that for everybody.
I ain't gotta do that. Y'all go do it.
That's the reason.
So what Chicago is sucking my dick.
So he's calling out Chicago. He says Chicago can SMD. He's been very adamant about that. We all know that Chicago is on demon time at this moment. And apparently he basically got a lot of grieving mothers together that we see on this channel constantly. He got them together, the grieving mothers of rappers, had multiple podcasts with them. It seemed like he was endearing and he really cared about their issue. And now he's kind of doing a 180 and saying, hey, F those women. They allowed their sons to die in the street type thing. So it's getting pretty heated with Charleston White, between Charleston White and Chicago. And I don't think that Chicago is going to let this type of rhetoric live.
Because how you gonna put that on me when y'all ain't even done a little what I done?
Okay, right.
How you gonna dictate what I'm gonna do with my heart when you don't even have it in your heart to do it? You don't even have it in your heart to do it. How you gonna dictate my heart? And I'm saying, homie, from the knowledge I got, King Von was a killer. My mama had 2 sons locked up for murder, and my mama let everybody know I'm not in agreement in what my son's done. But look, so this is what I'm saying. You can't make me care about King Von mama. Fuck that bitch. I don't give a fuck about his mama.
So you heard what he said. He said, you can't make me care about King Von's mother. F that B. And like I said, sisters, come get your kids. This is King Von is definitely an example of sisters, come get your kids. Okay. So I can understand where he's coming from, where, hey, why should I care about this woman when she obviously allowed her child to do whatever the hell he wanted to do in the streets? She didn't hold him accountable. She didn't speak down on his activities. As a matter of fact, it almost seems like she applauded them, perpetuated them, and enjoyed the benefits of his bloodshed that he was leaving in his wake in Chicago, especially when you see the way that his sister behaves. I think her name's Kayla B. Very evident on the way that they were raised. You can just see the lack of maturity in the household, the lack of guidance, lack of leadership, lack of male role models. So Charleston White is basically saying, hey, F King Von's mother because she raised a super gremlin on demon time.
I don't know Von and Duck like counting.
I don't know that.
What you don't know?
I don't know that. But I don't give a damn about it. I help this mama. Why do I need to know about 2 dead ass niggas? I don't give a fuck about Duck or Von. I help this living mama. Fuck them dead niggas. They preached about killing niggas. Give a fuck what they were.
So I 100%, you know, I'm not gonna say F them in particularly, but yeah, I mean, F anybody who is out here deleting other black men for no apparent reason, but that's the ops. F those guys. Yeah, for sure. We don't stand with those guys. We don't support those guys. We do not incentivize or insidiate, which is what they tried to say that I was doing on my YouTube. The reason why they took me down, they said that I was trying to incite violence from my channel when all I do is speak against the violence. So yeah, F those guys who are, you know, killing people and then talking about it on the track. I don't support those guys. And you know who does support those guys? YouTube. Because these guys are the guys whose music videos are still up on YouTube. Even if they were killed, even if they caught bodies, if you go to YouTube right now, you can find music videos that are monetized today from Q Money, even though he killed his best friend. Even though he killed his best friend, when I go to YouTube right now, I can see multiple videos that are being monetized, that are from Q Money, that are still making. Matter of fact, I don't think y'all believe me. This guy, Q Money, rapper, literally killed his best friend. Just like YNW Melly. Oh, don't let me get on YNW Melly now. He is able to stay monetized on YouTube. He has 146 subscribers. He's monetized. He has ad revenue still coming in. Unlike our channels. His most viewed video 3 years ago, 17 million views. Q Money Work official music video 5 years ago, 13 million. All of these videos are still monetized to this day. They're still monetized to this day. So I kind of get what Charleston White is saying. I kind of get what Charleston White is saying. Meanwhile, me, Black Gen Z Mindset, Jenquavius Jackson, aka BGZM News 17, I've never harmed anybody unless it was exhibition style. So boxing, you know, sparring. That's the only time the only time I've really harmed another human being is when I was playing a sport. Running up, you know, football, tackling, maybe accidentally injuring somebody, never purposefully, always doing my job on the field. Boxing, you know, trying to stay fit, always doing what I'm supposed to be doing physically. But I get demonetized, and you have these rappers who are talking about killing other black men, and they stay monetized even when they've caught bodies, even when they've been convicted. If you go to Justin Johnson's YouTube channel, the individual who pulled the trigger on Young Dolph, straight drop. We reviewed his channel. Guys, guess what? He's monetized. Let me show you. He's got more subs than your boy. On all my channels combined, 11.8K subscribers. None of his videos have been removed. I will probably get removed from YouTube before he does. He drops a video called Track Hawk a day after killing Young Dolph. And he's still on YouTube, guys. He's still on YouTube. How is this right in any way? How is this just in any way? How am I inciting violence in any way when you have these super rapping gremlins on Demon Time who continually perpetuate violence against young black men in the form of music, charading and parading this violent frequency as if it's some type of art form, when all they're doing is confessing to first-degree felonies on the track. And I'm demonetized. My channels will get shadow banned. My channels will get banned altogether. My channels will get deleted from YouTube. My channels will be removed from the internet. I will face persecution. I will face digital prosecution. I will face censorship. I will face, you know, a hindrance to my message. But these guys are able to spin whatever narrative that they want, even though they've killed other black men. I've never harmed anybody. I've never put my hands on anybody. I've never deleted anybody. Like Kanye said, I'm not like one of these other guys, man. I don't have bodies. I don't have legal situations looming over my head if I don't do this and if I don't make this song and if I don't drop this album. Guys, I'm not doing the wrong thing. But guys like me will get demonetized. Guys like me will get destroyed. So I definitely agree with Charleston White from that aspect. And I think that, you know, his passion is warranted until he takes it a little too far. But his passion is warranted from that point, from that standpoint, because you have black men on YouTube and on other social media platforms who have deleted other black men, and they're not getting community guideline strikes. Oh, wow. You mean to tell me that YNW Melly didn't get a community guideline strike when he made that song, Murder on My Mind, after killing two of his best friends? And he didn't get not one community guideline strike. Are you fucking kidding me? Meanwhile, I've got two on my main channel. Meanwhile, I've got two. I mean, I'm sorry, guys, but I'm venting right now. I've got two community guideline strikes at risk of getting my channel deleted. My channel, both of my channels have been demonetized. Both of my channels have been demonetized. One for alleged repetitive content, which is fucking bullshit. And then the other one for hateful or inciting violent rhetoric. But you have these young black men who are making music that incites violence. Make it make sense. I'm so ready to explode. I'm so ready to just vent to the world the frustrations of being a content creator who is trying to do the right thing. Let me repeat, a content creator who's trying to do the right thing, not a content creator who is fabricating his existence, not a content creator who is trying to perpetuate I'm some street dude and I got the scoop on the streets and what the fuck is going down in the hood. No, I'm just reacting to news videos. I'm not talking to no hood dudes unless they get in my DMs and give me some information, but I'm not directly talking to no hood dudes and saying, yo, like this the hood, this the scoop on the street, this and the third. I'm just reporting on the news, and guys, they are trying to take your boy out of here. Meanwhile, they have men like King Von, men like FBG Duck, who arguably caught bodies, guys like NBA Youngboy, who are perpetuating violence, Little Durk perpetuating violence in the black community. All these guys are inciting violence. K Flock perpetuating violence in the black community. C Blue perpetuating violence in the black community. 5EO Foreign perpetuating violence in the black community. I can continue to go on other musicians, YouTubers who are perpetuating violence in the black community, inciting violence in the black community, and other communities for that matter. I can name multiple YouTubers who are doing that, who are musicians. No community guideline strikes for murderers on this platform. No community guideline strikes for murderers on this platform. I did a video on the rapper, what's that boy's name, from North Carolina, who killed a 9-year-old boy. Killed a 9-year-old boy. Killed a 9-year-old boy, okay? And this guy, go figure, you guessed it, still on YouTube. Lil Tony, as a matter of fact. Lil Tony 919. And the reason why I know his YouTube handle, is because the nigga has not been removed from the platform. He's got more views than me, and he has 3 videos. Is it because he's just some talented ass nigga? Fuck no. It's because he's promoting the agenda that YouTube enjoys black men to follow. Okay. Lil Tony, still on YouTube. No community guideline strikes. No, he killed a 9-year-old boy. Nothing else to see here. Nothing else to speak about. He has black women who are willing to be in music videos with him, show their bodies off to him, have sex with him, trade fluids with him, get on top of him, ride him. This man killed a 9-year-old boy. Still on YouTube. 1.08K subs and has more views than me. And I've been doing this for a year now. Almost have 1,000 videos. I'm demonetized. I've got community guideline strikes. These literal murderers on this platform don't have any, they're suffering no punishment. No punishment, no accountability for black men who are actually doing the wrong thing. Meanwhile, black men who are doing the right thing are persecuted on this app. You can't make this shit up. That's why I'm hopeful for Elon Musk buying Twitter. I'm hopeful that Elon Musk actually buys some more platforms and changes the way that they're handled. Hopefully he gets a hold on what's going on Twitter and then transfers to other platforms. But guys, it's a tough game. It really is. That's why you got to support the channel. Hit the Cash App, hit the PayPal. It's well, we don't have super traps no more. I keep forgetting. But I'm agreeing with what Charleston White is saying in this clip until he takes it too far. So let's keep watching.
When I first made a video saying, man, I heard about this kid too. How the fuck can y'all be saying this shit? Nigga, his mama.
And I think with that part being said, the only thing that kind of like, I guess, bothers the Chicago community is like, if you go do that, you gotta do that for everybody.
I ain't gotta do that. Y'all go do it.
That's the reason.
So what Chicago is sucking my dick. Because how you gonna put that on me when y'all ain't even done a little what I done? How you gonna dictate what I'm gonna do with my heart when you don't even have it in your heart to do it? You don't even have it in your heart to do it. How you gonna dictate my heart? And I'm saying, homie, from the knowledge I got, King Von was a killer. My mama had 2 sons locked up for murder, and my mama let everybody know I'm not in agreement in what my son's done. So this is what I'm saying. You can't make me care about King Von mama. Fuck that bitch. I don't give a fuck about his mama. Y'all love his mama. I don't.
You know, Von and Duck like coming.
I don't know that.
What you don't know?
I don't know that. But I don't give a damn about it. I help this mama. Why do I need to know about 2 dead ass niggas? I don't give a fuck about Duck or Von. I help this living mama. Fuck them dead niggas that preached about killing niggas.
Yes.
Give a fuck what they was. Why y'all not helping their mama? Why a nigga from Texas got to pay his mama car note? Why? And y'all want to tell me what I'm going to do with my money?
Yeah, you want to do it because you
I didn't know. No. She asked me.
No. She asked
you. A goddamn lie. How I know that bitch need a car note paid? How the fuck I know she need a car note paid?
Damn. So she needed her car note paid. She needed her car note paid. And Charleston White flipped the bill, apparently. Woo!
She don't ask. You think I'm calling and asking if you need your car note paid?
Right.
Shout out to my guy, Nathan. He said, go hard on Rumble, bro. Yeah, I am going hard on Rumble. All my videos are on Rumble. My live streams go to Rumble. The issue is it's hard to bring that following to Rumble. And then also Rumble doesn't do a great job of promoting their content creators. If you're making videos 2 times a day on Rumble, they should push you in the algorithm. And when you look at the popular page on Rumble, it's just like the same content creators.
Nobody say, I ain't gonna say.
Come on, homie. So this is what I'm saying. Nigga, not one of my homeboy mama, y'all will never have to help in Texas, nigga. Nigga, I'm tired of it. So I can say fuck whoever mama, nigga. And I kill a bitch behind me saying fuck they mama. I done helped them bitches. So somebody else helped them hoe. And I ain't fucked now, bitch, and could have fucked the bitch.
Woo!
Y'all gonna help the bitch.
So now he is getting very disrespectful, calling the woman all out her name. But I mean, she did raise these little gremlins, so you kind of have to say, hey, you know, does the shoe fit?
Since y'all got so much to say, bitch, give me back the money then, hoe. Fuck ass bitch.
Ooh.
I ain't have to help now more, you rotten ass hoe. Bitch, my mama ain't got a bunch of kids that died. Bitch, all you hoes buried your baby. Fuck y'all pain, bitch. Give me back my goddamn money, hoe.
And I think him laughing is amping up Charleston White.
Or suck my dick, bitch. In Chicago, fuck y'all, suck my dick, bitch. I keep a goddamn gun for whatever.
So now he getting disrespectful too for Chicago, and the interviewer is saying, hold on, gang, da 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 da, whatever. So let's listen up.
Nigga, I don't give a fuck about shit.
All right, so you heard what he said. The last thing he said was he don't give a fuck about shit. So let's see when he kind of takes it too far and pulls out the strap. Let's go.
Bitch, give me back the money then, hoe. Fuck ass bitch. I ain't have to help now more, you rotten ass hoe. Bitch, my mama ain't got a bunch of kids that died. Bitch, all you hoes buried your baby. Fuck y'all pain, bitch. Give me back my goddamn money, hoe. Or suck my dick, bitch.
Lord, he's going off.
Chicago, fuck y'all, suck my dick, bitch. I keep a goddamn gun for whatever. Nigga, I don't give a fuck about shit. Nigga, I keep a motherfucking gun. Nigga,
So he pulled the strap, as you guys can see. I think it's in his hand.
motherfucking gun, nigga. Nigga,
So it's in his hand. He keep the strap on him.
keep a motherfucking gun.
And this guy is really close to him, which is very confusing while you're up so close to a man who's pulling out his weapon. But hey.
Say, homie, you better, nigga, what you got? Man, you better sit down, homie.
Woo! So he cocked that bitch. He said, nigga, what you doing? You better sit down, homie. Get the fuck up off me. He pulled the strap out.
What you mean what I'm on? Nigga, don't fuck with me with a gun in my hand, nigga.
He said, what you on, gang? He said, what do you mean, what am I on? Don't fuck with me with a gun in my hand. So Charleston White got the strap.
Y'all went too far, man. Y'all doing good.
Say, nigga, better not fuck with me with no gun in my hand, my nigga. You run all up on me with my pistol. Nigga, you a bad nigga better not say nothing to me when I grab my pistol, nigga. Tell me what I can't say. Nigga, fuck out, nigga.
So he, getting in people's face. He's upset. He's upset when people try and tell him what to say. And rightfully so. I feel upset too when I'm told what to say, but I wouldn't escalate it this far. I definitely think he's going too far.
Watch out, my nigga. I ain't doing nothing like that. Nigga better not walk up on me telling me about what I can't speak on.
That man they tell you, bro.
Say, homie, I don't give a damn about nothing. He ain't vibing with me telling me I can't say what I can say, nigga. Nigga, I don't give a all that say. Nigga, let me say what I'm gonna say.
So y'all heard the man Charleston. He is not having it. He's not having it, okay? He had some points, but many issues there. Many issues there, guys. So I think that's where we're going to leave it. We covered pretty much everything. We covered extensively Andre Bing. We saw what Twitter thought about the shooting. We saw what the community thought about the shooting. And we kind of compared and contrast those two different points. And guys, now we are at a point where the violence has always been real, but it's becoming more of a reality. It's becoming more of the norm. It's being grazed over. It's being censored. It's being prevented from reaching the masses, the mass media, the airwaves. And, I'm just a lonely soldier. Guys, you got to support the channel. Super Trap, Damn, I keep saying super trap. No more super trap, guys. PayPal, Cash App is the only way to go for now until my appeal, which, you know, I'm optimistic, but I'm doubtful that I will be monetized again. And I'm afraid that if I appeal, then they won't actually monetize me. They'll just say, hey, you know, forever ban, perma ban from monetization. So, you know, I'm kind of discouraged from even appealing in general. I have appealed the demonetization, which they reversed, but then they said I could appeal it again in 30 days, which if you reverse it now, it's not like I'm going to delete my content. Like at this point, I'm too deep in to delete my content. That's what they want me to do. Delete all my content and start afresh. I'm too deep in to do that. I'm not willing to do that. So I guess I'm going to stay demonetized, guys. So you're going to have to support the channel, buy the merch, like the video, share the video, PayPal, Cash App. That's where you can support me. Also with the merch. Oh man, like I said, there are YouTubers who are still on YouTube, who have bodies, who caught bodies, who did incite violence, who are still inciting violence, who continue to perpetuate violence in the Black community, who don't take seriously the gravity of the situation that is coming about in the community. And they are not censored. They are not limited. They are not prevented from spreading their message at all. And I am, you know, a law-abiding Black man who, you know, is pretty much explaining all of my ideas and my points. I haven't really ever gotten disrespectful on my channel. The thumbnails, you know, definitely comedic relief. But other than that, like shit, it's really not much there that you can say that I've incited any type of action toward anybody. Okay. My message is preventative, as a matter of fact. My message is preventative. So with that being said, guys, support the channel. You already know what it is, man. I appreciate you guys. It's BGZM News 17, aka Janquavius Jackson, aka Black Gen Z Mindset. And we are going to send it to Janquavius Jackson and take us away, guys. I appreciate you supporting the stream, watching the stream, supporting the channel. Guys, make sure it's so important. It's so imperative that you leave a comment after the live stream. Leave a comment after the live stream. Like the video so that we can push this video in the algorithm so that people understand and know and come to find out the truth about what's happening in the community and overall in the states in general when it comes to Black on Black crime. I'm the only guy really covering this besides my brother Ak Nation, and you know, us two, we're you know, two peas in a pot that they don't want to get out to the masses. So you have to support both of us. You can also hit the GoFundMe, guys. We are trying to raise money so that we can start our own media conglomerate, our own media companies where we can put out newspapers and we could put out stories on websites and but you know, that requires a budget. I am all for alternative media and I want to push alternative media by any means necessary. So guys, support the channel, hit the GoFundMe, hit the Cash App, hit the PayPal. Let's keep working. If I get monetized, then hey, you know, thank the Lord. But if not, then you know, we just gonna keep moving steady. We just gonna keep, you know, putting out content, and we're gonna try and get some type of way to get the Rumble popping as well. So maybe we can, you know, raise money on that end so that I can keep pouring into this content, keep pouring into the message, and maybe even one day just like do this full time to where, you know, 24/7 I'm covering different stories coming out of the community, because I don't have time to cover everything. But if there was, you know, if there was a way that I didn't have to invest so much in my other businesses, my other endeavors, I would 100% throw everything into this because I do believe in this message, and I do believe in, you know, trying to find solutions, even though it feels like there are no solutions. I do believe in trying to find solutions to all this son violence in the streets. You already know what it is. Sending it off to Janquavius Jackson. Take us away. Appreciate you guys. Comment right after the video. Peace, love, stay safe.
Yo, what's good, BGZM News 17 family? I'm at the corner of Jesse Jackson and Marcus Garvey, and I got some bad news for you. As you can see, I lost my job. I'm out here living in cardboard boxes outside of boarded up vacant homes. YouTube said I'm done getting money out here in these streets. They even took my funky ass suit. So anything right now would help. So go ahead and hit that Cash App, hit that PayPal, hit that GoFundMe. Hell, cop the merch. Or if you want to make the long-term commitment to the Jinquavius Jackson Fund, join the Patreon so that I can continue to put out top-notch content each and every day. Also, check out the Rumble, where there is absolutely no censorship. Link in the description box below.
Hey, yo, ain't that nigga Jinquavius? Yo, I recognize.
No, that's not me no more.
Hey, yo, run your pocket.
Y'all tell me what they say.
Do the opposite of Antonio Brown and take
What
all your
more
shit
do
off.
you want from me?
Oh, look at Daddy.
He's not my dad, Mom.
Really, Ava?
He's not. My dad's in jail and I miss him.
Gang violence and other kind of violence.
So it is what it is.